Welcome back to Channel C1. I'm Demica Jamaal.
And this is Cam King. And today, we are here with you.
I don't know if you noticed.
Fit check real quick. All right, fit check real quick. He's proud because he got the better fit today.
He went broke.
I did. I had to keep my eyes up there. They're starting to wander a little bit.
The shoes don't really.
Yeah, we don't show. We don't show. What the shoes don't. I don't even got shoes on. I got socks.
They not folky. They not folky. The shoes ain't folky.
I decided to match the colors of the.
But rate the fit 1 to 10. Rate the fit 1 through 10.
Just like we rate the
Old
albums.
Navy.
Now, we are here today with you.
Indeed.
To react, review, and break down what I believe some may believe to be her magnus opus.
That's what they say. That's what they're saying.
Best set of albums, starting with Folklore today. I've been excited to do this one. Been looking forward to it. I've been told not everything on this album is about her. It's more so a piece of fiction, maybe inspired by some of her life. So not to read into things too much.
But we will.
I'm sure y'all will correct us on the lore. I'm sure you will. In fact, I could bet on it. But we look forward. Hopefully you enjoy as well. And
why are you trying to be sexy?
my bad.
I'm just playing. It was hard for me to focus. I was just hearing this sultry tone coming into my ear. Speaking of sultry, full reactions are on Patreon
if you're
to
watching,
the entire Folklore album.
Yep.
Evermore, depending on when you're watching this.
Yep. Full-length reactions. Almost said watch-along style.
No. Listen
It is
along.
listen along. I mean, you watch along, but it's not
Red,
like
Midnight, Torture Pose Department, Anthology Edition,
all the Taylor Swift albums on Patreon right now.
Evermore, Long Pond Sessions.
All that shit. We basically say all that so we can pepper them in the little videos, Patreon. That's what we.
Depending on when we put them on YouTube.
Exactly. But yeah, full Folklore reaction on Patreon right now. We'll do Evermore when we do actually do Evermore.
But yeah, our Patreon subscribers are sultry.
Yeah. We have a little forward here that I'll read from Taylor Swift on her album.
You want to read every other word? Do it as a team?
That sounds really fucking annoying.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't.
I was like, no, thank you. It started with imagery, visuals that popped into my mind and piqued my curiosity. Stars drawn around scars, a cardigan that still bears the scent of lost 20 years later. Battleships sinking into the ocean, down, down, down. The trees swing in the woods of my childhood, hushed tones of let's run away and never doing it. The sun-drenched month of August sipped away like a bottle of wine, a mirrored disco ball hovering above a dance floor, a whiskey bottle beckoning, hands held through plastic, a single thread, for better or for worse, ties you to your fate. Pretty soon, these images in my head grew faces or names and became characters. I found myself not only writing my own stories, but also writing about or from the perspective of people I've never met, people I've known or those I wish I hadn't. An exiled man walking the bluffs of a land that isn't his own, wondering how it all went so terribly, terribly wrong. An embittered tormentor showing up at the funeral of his fallen object of obsession. A 17-year-old standing on a porch learning to apologize. Love-struck kids wandering up and down the evergreen High Line. My grandfather, Dean, landing at Guadalcanal in 1942. A misfit widow getting gleeful revenge on the town that casts her out. A tale that becomes folklore is one that is passed down and whispered around. Sometimes even sung about. The lines between fantasy and reality blur, and the boundaries between truth and diction become almost indiscernible. Speculation over time becomes facts. Myths, ghost stories, and fables, fairy tales and parables, gossip and legend. Someone's secrets written in the sky for all to behold. In isolation, my imagination has run wild, and this album is the result. A collection of songs and stories that flowed like a stream of consciousness. Picking up a pen was my way of escaping into fantasy, history, and memory. I've told these stories to the best of my ability with all the love, wonder, and whimsy they deserve. Now it is up to you to pass them down. Yeah, she hit the 500-word essay count, I think. She likes to be wordy, but that's good. I like that.
I mean, at least she only did one of them.
Yeah.
Unlike Gracie Abrams. But Gracie at least recorded them so we could listen to them.
I did realize, couldn't find them there. They were only on Apple Music exclusive until about like 80% of the way through the album, but yeah.
Honestly, once we started listening to them, I was like, I prefer reading them. Because
Yeah, no,
she's
she was
speaking them.
so slow. She was really slow.
She was just talking in a normal conversation speed versus when we can read it as fast as we want.
Yeah, it was just a little slow.
Yeah.
But no, this is essentially, again, telling us that this is a piece of work that's a bit more fictional than her others.
Yeah.
It's going to draw some examples and some inspiration from her real life, but she has put them into different characters and different experiences. Seems like she's a good writer or something over here.
Rate Cam's reading skills.
You know what? Out of all the things I've read on the channel, that was a exceptional piece. 2
points off for parables.
The fact that that's like the only word I really fucked up. And my dyslexia didn't kick in. Which word I said? Guadalcanal. That wouldn't even surprise me. I was like, oh shit, I said that real clean.
And it's like, it's definitely a different language of origin. I feel like it's not like it's not like an American English word.
I was waiting for that dyslexia to just kick. No, that was nice. I like that. It sets the tone for it.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
I like
she
the
can,
supplementary pieces that people add to their albums.
Yeah, hopefully she can deliver.
Extra effort there.
You never know. She might not be able to deliver.
Let's be honest, you guys. If we don't like it, that means that it's not good, and you should also not like it either. So a lot's riding on this. Taylor's career could be over if we don't like this album.
All right. Taylor Swift, the one.
The one.
The one and only one. Let's see how we're starting off. Okay.
I'm doing good, I'm on some new shit. Been saying yes instead of no. I thought I saw you at the bus stop, I didn't though. I hit the ground running each night. I hit the Sunday matinee. You know the greatest films of all time were never made. I guess you never know, never know. And if you wanted me, you really should have showed. And if you never bleed, you're never gonna grow. And it's all right now.
All right now, Travis Kelce. I'm just kidding. He do be saying that though, but I know it's not about it.
Yeah, this was definitely written before that.
Right.
So we starting off. I kind of like it.
It's a nice, nice flow. There's a hint, even though it's called folklore. There's a hint of soul in there, like with the delivery of some of the lyrics.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of like, where's the lyric? There's a lyric specifically that made me think of it. I did it when she said I didn't though, like the way she said that. Also, I appreciate when she cussed this time. Most of the time she don't do it, but sometimes she has a tendency to like really emphasize the cuss word.
It sounds real corny.
Yeah, and it's like, but she just
that also like that. I feel like I think she did better at that on Torture Poe's Apartment than she did on Midnight's.
Yeah, Midnight's there's a couple moments like I did not enjoy the way she said certain cuss words.
You didn't have to say it like that.
But yeah, I'm doing good. I'm on some new shit. Been saying yes, saying no. That is, I had the opposite of this happen to me. Like at a certain point, I just started saying no.
I've been doing good. I'm on some new shit. Yeah. I've been saying no instead of yes. No, exactly.
Yeah, it's like I used to say yes to every party or event someone invited me to, and then you start saying no, and they actually take it much better than you would expect. Pause. But sorry, but yeah. They appreciate the honesty, but she's saying she's going out more, it seems. I mean, obviously she said everything's not about her, but
I said it,
whoever
some
the
things are
character
going
is.
to, no, some things are going to be about her. I just,
some things. But regardless,
because I'm doing
even
good.
if
I'm
it's
on
not-
some new shit. This came out after Lover, so this is like a new genre for her.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So,
Like maybe,
right.
especially being the first song on the album, it
Being
probably is.
saying yes instead of no. I'm exploring different options. I'm doing like a new styles. Then she got her imagination running. Thought I saw you at the bus stop. I didn't though. Hit the ground running each night. Yeah, like you said, I'm going out. I'm having fun. I'm doing new things.
And she hit the Sunday matinee.
Yeah, that's
So
crazy.
you staying up late and then getting early to go see the
movie?
movies.
Yeah. Also, them Sunday movies, they be doing like Sunday specials and shit sometimes too.
You probably got to go in
I don't even know what
disguise.
matinee prices are, but I remember back in the day when you could get a $4 movie.
$5 Tuesdays.
Yep.
At
$4 movie.
Center
Tinseltown?
Tinseltown. That's what it's called.
back in Jacksonville? Yeah.
Florida. $5 Tuesday.
Then we start talking about a lover again or something. Potentially, it doesn't have to allude to a lover, but if you wanted me, you really should have showed. And then if you never bleed, you're never gonna grow. So it takes some
Right.
cuts to really to learn a bit, get comfortable in your skin, if you will. And now it's all right. Let's get this course.
All
But
right
you're
now.
never gonna grow, and it's all right now. But we were something, don't you think so? Roaring 20s, tossing pennies in the pool. And if my wishes came true, it would have been you. In my defense, I have none for never leaving well enough alone. But it would have been fun if you would have been the one.
Yep. Ooh. Always get us with the oohs. I'll tell
I
you
like
that right
that.
now.
I like that.
I have this dream you're doing cool shit.
Play on the first
Having
verse.
adventures on your own. You meet some woman on the internet and take her home. We never painted by the numbers, baby, but we were making it count.
Okay.
You know the greatest loves of all time are over now. I guess you never know, never know. And it's another day waking up alone.
Oh, we getting some instrumentation building up.
Yeah.
Too. I was just about to compliment the piano. I really do like the piano, the simple piano that they have going on. This is produced by Aaron Dessner. All right. No Antonoff on this one.
The oohs were nice.
Post chorus oohs always hit. Post chorus oohs always hit. Always hit.
I also lean more into that soul that there was hints of in the beginning. She had a few internal rhymes there with the 20s, tossing pennies in the pool, and then which came true would have been you. I like the lyric. In my defense, I have none. Very concise, but also clever. Just she doesn't have a defense.
But in
her
my defense, I have none. Yeah.
I don't have one. But she never left well enough to alone. It's like, oh, this is good. Let's, I guess, try to make it better or self-sabotage.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then that verse,
I
enjoyed it a lot.
I like the first couple lines, mirroring a bit or paralleling off the first verse. I have the stream, you're doing cool shit, having adventures on your own. Whereas she was, I'm doing good, I'm on some new shit, and I'm saying yes instead of no. So it's like he's kind of reclused a little bit, and she's kind of gone out there a little bit, if that makes sense. That's how I interpret that. Having adventures on your own.
on your own versus
Where she's saying yes to new things, he's doing his own thing. Like
she's saying yes to you. She's saying yes to doing things with other people more so.
Yeah, just yes to
Versus
general.
him
Yes
doing
in
it
general,
on
but
his
like
own.
him on his own event, he's more focused on.
Also, it's almost like I'm doing my own shit, and it's almost like you're doing your own shit too, but don't be doing your own shit like I'm doing my own shit. Like, you know how your exes would check in on you just to see if you're doing bad, you know?
Yeah.
It's not a healthy habit, but they want to see how broken you are from them not being with you. But yeah, you meet someone on the internet and take her home. Don't we all? I'm just kidding. And the greatest loves of all time are over now.
Oh, and then never painted by the numbers. We're making it count.
That was good. Yeah,
A
that
little
was
play
a good
on
one.
words. We don't color within the lines, if you will. We're not traditional, but it still comes out good.
But we were something, don't you think so? Roaring 20s, tossing pennies in the pool. And if my wishes came true, it would have been you. In my defense, I have none, but never leaving well enough alone. But it would have been fun if you would have been the one. I persist and resist the temptation to ask you if one thing had been different. Would everything be different today? We were something, don't you think so? Rose flowing with your chosen family. And it would have been sweet if it could have been me. In my defense, I have none for digging up the grave another time. But it would have been fun if you would have been the one. Ooh.
That's pretty solid.
Simple.
Yeah.
Simple.
Slow. I enjoyed it. It had a nice. I enjoyed the vibe. It's definitely my style of song. There's a little bit of soul in there, like I said. Also, there's something that reminded me of Lavender Haze when she delivered the word "count" in the second verse. There's a background vocal there that was like a high pitch, almost like her delivery on Lavender Haze. It just reminded me of that, and I forgot to mention it. But yeah, it's definitely a nice first song on the album, just to kind of ease you in, set the tone a little bit.
It is, yeah. I feel like it probably does set the tone well.
One of my least favorite bridges by her.
Yeah, I thought the bridge was just mid. Wasn't going where I thought it may have gone, but I did like that the last chorus is different and ended a little differently. Talking about chosen family, the people you choose to be your family, and how it could have been her.
Yep, could have chose me, but you didn't. You sorry sack of dicks.
But yeah, it was a nice little song, kind of exploring what could have been in a way. No, I liked it for the most part. I wouldn't say it's definitely out of all the openers we've listened to.
Yeah, Fortnite, Lavender Haze.
It's probably my least favorite, but I did enjoy it.
Yeah, I gotta listen to it a couple more times, but I can't say that it's not my least favorite. But it would be between this one and Lavender Haze. No offense to you, but it would be between these two because Fortnite is really solid, and State of Grace does hit.
Yep. Cardigan. I know
This
this
ain't a cardigan, never
this
mind.
is the lead single because I've heard the name or seen the name
So I might know this one.
quite a bit. I don't think I've ever heard it, but in fact, I don't think I've heard anything.
I
from
didn't recognize
either of
any of
these
the names.
projects. I recognize the name just because when we've been looking at Taylor stuff,
I recognize the name of the project.
I'm
but
saying the
yeah.
name of the song. Like when we look at stuff, we see the music videos pop up and everything. I'm like, oh, that has a music video. That must be a single. That must be
Right.
whatever. Blah blah
Yeah.
blah blah.
Yeah.
Cardigan and Willow are the two names that I can only remember off these two albums that I've seen recently. But I don't think I've heard this at all. But we'll find out. Let us see.
Vintage tea, brand new phone, high heels on, cobblestones. When you are young, they assume you know nothing. Sequin smile, black lipstick, sensual politics. When you are young, they assume you know nothing. But I knew you dancing in your Levi's, drunk under a street light. I knew
There she go.
Yep.
hand under
With the
my
eye.
sweatshirt, baby, kiss it better right. And when I felt like I was an old cardigan,
touching.
That is hers. That's becoming. I mean, it
Yeah, she
already
likes
is.
her eyes. She likes her
Obviously,
eyes.
These songs been out a minute, but so it's not becoming. It already is. But like on Tortured Poets, she got Tortured Poets Department. She got like 4 songs where she uses that and I love it every time. I forget the word every time as well. There's a word for that, but yeah. Guilty as Sin specifically. There's some in there. Specifically, she does that with the long I sound. That's why I've noticed it. But there's some I like. She's doing like a little bit of
imagery in this.
Contrast, like a vintage tee, but a new phone. And then you got high heels, nice, fancy on cobblestones. It's like a little bit of contrast there with her lyrics. Sequin smile. I don't know what sequin smile means.
I just looked up the word too, actually, and then
I know
forgot.
there's sequins that you put on
Sequence, not sequin. That's sequence, right?
No, those are
sequin?
sequins.
Oh,
Those are what you put on.
I thought it was called sequence.
I don't know what sequins are.
Then I'm dumb. Yeah, that's what sequin is. Yeah, sequin smile.
How does it relate to?
She got that shit on her face.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Did she have those in her teeth?
Maybe that shit sparkles. That's what I was about to say. Maybe she's just like a
sparkly
diamond smile, like a glitter,
with
glistening
black lipstick.
Yeah.
Goes again with the contrast there.
Yeah.
Black lipstick, sparkly smile.
Yeah.
I see. Sensual politics.
That's a combination of words I'd never use. Sensual politics.
is more feeling, expression.
Oh,
Politics
man.
is more calculated and thought out.
That definitely hammers on your point of the contrast, because that is the biggest contrast.
Yeah. But yeah, when you're young, they assume you know nothing. It reminds me of Nothing New from Red with Phoebe Bridgers, where there's
Great
like,
song.
how can you know everything at 18 but nothing at 22? That's one of my favorite lyrics off that. Just as a hint. Oh, well, you would have already seen the ranking at this point. But regardless.
Most likely, yeah.
Nice chorus. It definitely, I expect the chorus to build. But yeah, this reminds me of a song from Red as well with the Cardigan line. And that, I don't remember which song it is, but she had a person that she was dating that treated her nicer than someone else. And she was like, what the fuck? This is great. Old cardigan under someone's bed. You put me on and said I was your favorite. Because there was a lyric, she's like, you laugh at my jokes and he never did, or something like that. But yeah, pretty solid. I'm enjoying this one so far.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's been nice. I like this. I like the production on it too. The percussive instruments they're using.
Aaron Dessner once again.
Yeah, I think Aaron Dessner is the main on this album. I'm sure there's gonna be some Antonov somewhere down the line.
Yeah. But I don't know this one. It's weird to think that I wouldn't know a song, at least one song off of Taylor album, which we might get there, but
I didn't know these existed until we started doing Taylor Swift reactions.
I didn't know the names of her albums, but I recognized at least the cover art.
I did. I did not recognize the cover art for these, Folklore or Evermore. I didn't know that they existed. I knew Lover existed. I knew Been
I
Nice
knew about
existed.
Lover, but I think I only knew it was a song. I didn't know it was a whole album.
I only know Lover because I have the song Cruel Summer in one of my playlists already. Like,
Okay.
That's a Taylor Swift song that I did listen to.
A friend to all is a friend to none. Chase two girls, lose the one. When you are young, they assume you know nothing.
She's dropping some wisdom in this.
But I knew you playing hide and seek.
Different chorus.
Giving me a weekend's eye.
Ooh, that I just...
I knew you, your heartbeat on the high line, once in 20 lifetimes. And when I felt like I was an old cardigan under someone's bed, you put me on and said I was your favorite.
Bridge coming up.
I don't.
According to the lyrics on Genius, it is.
To kiss in cars and downtown bars was all we needed. You drew stars around my scars, but now I'm bleeding. 'Cause I knew you stepping on the last
Okay,
string,
yeah.
marked me like a bloodstained eye. I
Okay.
knew you
Anytime someone mentions, there's like 3 for 3 now. There's a Chance the Rapper song, but anytime someone mentions Peter Pan or lore in the song, I tend to like it. She has a song called, I think, is it Peter on Torture Post Department? It's actually right? Peter. And then there's a song called Same Drugs by Chance the Rapper that I really enjoy. And then this, I really enjoyed that lyric about Peter losing Wendy. And in the bridge, the ahs made me think I may have heard that part before, but I don't know. There's like a background vocals in there. A friend to all is a friend to none. It depends on what you classify as a friend. Because if they're just friendly to all, but if they're trying to convince everybody they know that they're a genuine friend, then they're probably not. They can't be a genuine, like, consistent friend to everybody.
Right.
Or like at least to a certain extent. But that lyric about chasing 2 girls, you lose the one.
Friend to all.
But what if they chasing you?
Friend to one was a famous quote.
You know what I'm
saying?
Aristotle.
No, I really like that line. I thought I recognized it too. I was like, I've definitely heard that kind of saying before. So I was like, she's dropping some knowledge, some wisdom.
I like the bringing back of the when you are young, they assume you know nothing. It's the repetition of that is nice.
Yeah,
how she implements it.
That's kind of her point in the song. Is like, yeah, this is when you learn everything's when you're young.
But yeah, changing up the chorus, playing hide and seek and giving me your weekends. I knew you. Your heartbeat on the high line, and those eyes hidden. That's hidden. I'm sorry, them hidden. I can't deny. Once in 20 lifetimes, but yeah. And then the refrain is nice. The refrain doesn't have many rhymes in it, which you can kind of stretch it and say that bed, gin, and writ kind of rhyme together. But the way she delivers them, they're not on the same beat, so it's not really. It's not the priority for them to rhyme. It's just she's saying something that she feels.
Yeah.
And it adds a nice touch to a song when you don't rhyme sometimes.
They don't rhyme.
Yeah. But yeah, the bridge was appropriate, I think, for the song. Like, it wasn't the best bridge ever, but I did enjoy it. It wasn't. I don't have a negative association with it.
I would agree with that.
And the stars around the scars, it's almost like he's making her appreciate her struggles for how they changed her.
But then still end up hurting her anyway because she's still bleeding.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
Playing with my scar too much. Pick the scab off a little bit.
Stop it.
Making it worse.
Oh yeah.
He's like, I forgot about that part.
You linger like a tattoo kiss. I knew you'd haunt all over my what ifs. The smell of smoke would hang around this long. 'Cause I knew everything when I was young.
Yep.
I knew I'd curse you for the longest time. Chasing shadows in the grocery line. I knew you'd miss me once the thrill expired. And you'd be standing in my front porch light. And I knew you'd come back to me. You'd come back to me. And you'd come back to me. And you'd come back. And when I felt like I was an old cardigan under someone's bed, you put me on and said I was your favorite.
Yeah, it's solid. I like.
I enjoyed that one. I would say I enjoyed that one more than the first one.
I did enjoy that one more than the first one.
Yeah.
Apparently, this song is believed to be a part of what they call Folklore's teenage love triangle, told from the point of view of Betty. And then this storyline is followed by the songs August and Betty. This is explained by Swift herself in a live chat on the night of Folklore's release. Yes. Interesting. So I'll have to keep that in mind as we get to August
and Betty.
Also,
I've got to get my ratings over here real quick.
This little quick's turning into a little long.
Little what?
I said this little quick is turning into a little long.
Oh, wow.
The last great American dynasty
Damn. Last one, huh?
follows the story of Rebecca Harkness.
Agatha? Sister?
Born Rebecca Semple West, grew up amidst splendor in St. Louis as the third and youngest child of Alan Tarwater West, heir to banking fortune, and Rebecca Semple, daughter of a wealthy merchant. Rich lady.
All right.
Attended fishing school, had a brief career as a model, married the photographer Charles Dickinson Pierce, 1939, divorced in 1945, in the middle of World War, or at the end of World War II. She went on to be a philanthropist, had another child with her husband. All right, we'll see what this has to do.
So they was hitting it raw.
In 2013, Taylor Swift once purchased a Rhode Island mansion, once owned by Rebecca Harkness, is known as Holiday House. Seems like she'll be comparing herself to Rebecca Harkness. Maybe in her philanthropic. I don't know what the noun of philanthropy is.
Philanthropy is a noun. What do you mean?
There's like, I guess the adjective.
Oh, philanthropic.
Yeah, but I couldn't see it in my head. Maybe she's comparing herself of her philanthropic ways.
Uh-huh. A beach, snow, Lana Del Rey.
Is there snow?
No. Scratch that.
Rebecca rode up on the afternoon train. It was sunny. Her salt box house on the coast took her mind off St. Louis. Bill was the heir to the Standard Oil name and money. And the town said, how did a middle class divorcee do it? The wedding was charming, if a little gauche. There's only so far new money goes. They picked out a home and called it Holiday House. Their parties were tasteful, if a little loud. The doctor had told him to settle down. It must have been her fault his heart gave out.
Damn.
And they said, there goes the last great American dynasty. Who knows if she never showed up, what could have been?
Damn.
There goes the maddest woman this town has ever seen. She had a marvelous time ruining everything. Rebecca gave
She calling herself crazy? I'm just kidding. It's
She-
an old story.
It's definitely painting a picture. Definitely, interesting storytelling. Got some sense of humor there. The town said, "How did a middle class divorcee do it?" Even though Bill was the heir to the Standard Oil name and money. Who is Bill?
The father.
The father.
No, the husband. Sorry,
The husband was Bill. Got you.
They're both named William, so.
I see.
But that's where they inherited the money from, was the
Okay.
Standard Oil. I don't know if I call that middle class,
But yeah, the wedding was charming, if a little gauche. Gauche, I looked it up, means awkward, socially awkward, lacking of grace.
unsophisticated.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people I know that are gauche.
Yeah. Care to name any name? I'm just kidding.
No.
There's only so
Watch
far.
the channel.
Who?
I said they might watch the channel.
Yeah. There's only so far new money goes.
Yeah, they picked out a home and called it Holiday House. Gradually expanded until it grew to have 8 kitchens and 21 bedrooms.
Damn, that's it.
Z. Look at that thing right there. You know what I'm saying?
I'd hit.
I'd hit too.
Look,
it goes underground. Look at that shit. Like it's a little thing here. Look like it got some underground area.
Damn.
Let me get one of these guest house back here.
Are those the guest house?
I just assumed there's probably other houses, but the size to them is
that's definitely the Holiday House.
That's definitely the Holiday House. I'll take it though. I wouldn't.
That's a good name for a house. Rolls off the tongue. Really.
It's real big. I don't know about no 8 kitchens. That seems a little excessive.
But yeah, they said there goes the maddest woman this town has ever seen. Seems like she's just speaking on how she feels other people perceive her as well. Other people perceive her, meaning Taylor. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
And what if she never showed up? What could have been?
Oh, man.
What would have happened if Taylor Swift never showed up?
Damn it, Rebecca.
Rebecca gave up on the Rhode Island set forever. Flew in all the bitch pack friends from the city. Filled the pool with champagne and swam with the big names and blew through the money on the boys and the ballet. And losing on card game bets with Dolly. And they said, there goes the last great American dynasty. Who knows if she never showed up, what could have been? There goes the most shameless woman this town has ever seen. She had a marvelous time ruining everything. They say she was seen on occasion pacing the rocks, staring out at the midnight sea. And in a feud with her neighbor, she stole his dog and dyed a key lime green. 50 years is a long time. Holiday house side, quietly on that beach, free of women with madness, the men in bad habits, and then it was bought by me. Who knows if I never showed up, what could have been?
There's the comparison.
Yeah.
There goes the loudest woman this town has ever seen. I had a marvelous time ruining everything.
So you admit it.
See? She said it right here. No, she really, actually, she's reveling in it.
Yeah, she is.
She's like, it was fun. It's funny that she made this song way back before, but the fact that she's saying that a lot of people think she's like ruining everything and da-da-da-da. It's a lot of people out there who really get really mad when they show her during Kansas City Chiefs football games. Like, I'm talking about, they really be pissed. I'm just like, why? First of all, they show the fans all the time.
Yeah.
Like, she's probably on screen throughout a 3-hour football game. A minute of like actual screen time. Like, they just cut if Travis Kelce like makes a play, they'll cut to her cheering. But it's like they be like, I can understand like, okay, you only want to see the game, you never want to see any fans' reactions. But that would apply to every time they cut to the crowd. Regardless,
they're just some Swift haters.
It's just interesting that she came out with this song before that, because people, I'm sure there's other things people probably were mad at her about. Sure.
She ruined everything.
But that's how, I mean, that's just the name of the game, too. Once you get to a certain level, all your haters will come out.
Stealing the dog and dying at Lime Green's kind of crazy. What did the dog do to you? But apparently, Rebecca actually stole a cat, and she changed that.
To dog?
To dog. One says that she changed it because maybe that's just, that's how stories and folk are passed down, right? Or it's because she has cats and she loves her cats and she would never do that to a cat.
Right.
So both are valid.
But she painted some pictures of like the mysterious person or neighbor that you know, and there's all these stories and myths about this neighbor, and then it's just it really immersed you in that, especially when she said that sometimes they see her out. Where is it? There's a lyric about seeing her out, like walking by the beach or something. They say she was seen on occasion pacing the rocks, staring out at the midnight sea. It just gives you that seen on occasion, like it's of note to mention. Oh, I saw Rebecca, the holiday house crazy lady, the other day. It just kind of like paints the perspective that people had of her, and how it's similar to this perspective people may have of Taylor Swift and just celebrities in general. It's like anything they do is a story.
Yeah.
But even more so when it's someone as big of a star as Taylor Swift is. But yeah, out of the three, this is hovering around second or third, because Cardigan is probably still my favorite so far.
All right, Cardigan the best. I think this is probably third for me. I think I like the intro song better, potentially, than Cardigan, even though this one has a nice narrative to it, though. But I'm really curious, is this next one is going to pique my interest here. Exile.
Exile featuring
Bon Iver.
Bon Iver. We have a reaction to his video somewhere
We have
on the internet.
We have a music video we haven't released by him yet as well. Holocene, I think it's called. Halocene. But we do have his Sable album out there at the moment.
Oh yeah, It's only 3 songs.
It's nice, very nice. Good. I listen to it. I want to say I listen to it all the time, but usually about once a week I put it on, vibe to it. Usually before I go to bed. But I'm excited. Exile. We love us some Justin Vernon. Interesting producers on this track. You have Joe Alwyn and Aaron Dessner. Wonder which one of those got exiled. Anyway. There's not a lot of nice piano on this album, which I appreciate.
Oh, this is a nice shot.
Yeah, is this a music video? Shit.
I can see you standing, honey, with his arms around your body, laughing, but the joke's not funny at all. And it took you 5 whole minutes to pack us up and leave me with it, holding all this love out here in the hall. I think I've seen this film before, and I didn't like the ending.
I've heard that lyric
You're
before.
not my homeland anymore.
Oh, yeah.
So what am I defending now? You were my town. Now I'm in exile, seeing you out. I think I've seen this film before.
This is somebody's man's voice, style. Oh, I can listen to it all day.
I can see.
Oh, she actually came in nice too. Actually,
With the sentence.
that contrast with her voice and his voice, because he just goes so deep. Pause, no diddy. And then she comes in with that higher timbre.
I seen this film before and I didn't like the ending. I like that lyric. It's nice. But the flow is very smooth. I enjoy the flow. It's got a nice little swing. And then you can tell Taylor's about to come in with that same flow, but a different voice. So it's enough new while also maintaining that same to keep you familiar.
Yeah, that whole chorus slaps though, not just the first 2 lines. You're not my homeland anymore, so why am I defending now? Like, why am I trying to put up excuses for this?
Right. It's almost like you still rooting for a team or defending a team that you don't play. You got traded.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you were my town. Now I'm in exile. Seeing you out. Damn. I think I've seen this film before. This shit happens all the time.
And the play on words there, exile, is kind of like out, but you're seeing them out. I think I've seen
Yeah,
this
it's
film
nice. It's
before.
nice. Sad, very sad, but very nice.
Some nice ooze there as well.
I can see you staring, honey, like he's just your understudy.
I swear to God, if they don't got no
Like you
layering
get
in
your
this, I'm
knuckles
killing
bloody
somebody.
for me. Second, third, and 100th chances, balancing on breaking branches. Those eyes add insult to injury.
Balancing on breaking branches, kind of crazy.
Good imagery.
I think I've seen this film before, and I didn't like the ending. I'm not your problem anymore. So who am I offending now?
yeah.
You're my crown. Now I'm in exile, seeing you out. I think I've seen this film before, so I'm leaving out the side door.
Ooh, a little synth in there too. Okay.
I like that.
Yeah. Taylor's verse slap too.
Coming in with that same flow, very nice. See you staring, honey, like he's just your understudy. That's an interesting lyric there. Like you'd get your knuckles bloody for me. Almost like it seems like she's saying that the other person that she used to be with, or whoever used to be with, it might not be Taylor, is still looking at her as if the person they're currently with is not even a factor.
I guess in theater terminology, an understudy is the actor who learns to play the part of another so they can replace the original actor at a moment's notice if needed. Yeah. I see you staring like he's your understudy.
Oh.
He's your second choice. He's going to be
Right.
boom right there for you.
Like you get your knuckles bloody for me. Second, third, 100 chances, balancing on breaking branches. Good imagery there.
The knuckles, apparently, that call forward to my knuckles were bruised like violets from her Great War off of Midnight.
Okay. I like Great War.
I do too.
Change up the lyrics a little bit in the chorus. I'm not your problem anymore, so who am I offending? And how can I offend you? We're not even dating no more.
I don't. You don't even matter. I don't matter to you. You don't matter to me. Stop. Get out of my business.
Come on, man.
You were my crown. Now I'm in exile, seeing you out.
Yeah.
You were everything to me. You were my king, my queen.
You made me feel like a queen.
This is an interesting take, actually. In Justin Vernon's course, he refers to his subject as my town, and Swift refers to her subject as my crown, representing the patriarchal power dynamic of the relationship that Swift is trying to escape.
I see.
As if she was ruled by him.
Right.
He was the ruler in a way. Yeah. Let's see what the bridge is going to be like. I have some very high expectations right now.
So step right out. There is no amount
Okay.
I can do for all this time. We always walked a very thin line. You didn't even hear me out. You never gave a warning sign. All this time, I never learned to read your mind. I couldn't turn things around, 'cause you never gave a warning sign. So many times.
Damn, that's the highest I've ever heard him sing.
Didn't even see the signs.
That chorus about to hit. There are voices, from my perspective, from a mixing standpoint for an engineer, occupy the perfect like spectrum of frequencies to layer because they don't clash. And like his just kind of lays on his own and hers just kind of lays on her own. And like I feel like they could even do some more with their singing with each other because they have so much space that they both can take up on their own without it clashing.
As far as the bridge as a whole, I didn't love some of the notes they chose. Obviously, their singing was solid. They're balanced, but like all this time, I did not like the delivery. I didn't love the delivery of all this time when he brought it back a couple times. and just the melody chose there. And then the flow wasn't like my favorite, especially in comparison to like even the flows on the verse. I really love the flows on the verses, and I enjoy the hook. But
I disagreed. I thoroughly enjoyed the bridge, and I thought it was quite well done.
I think I've seen this film before, and I didn't like the ending. You're not my homeland anymore, so what am I defending now? You were my town, now I'm in exile, seeing you out. I think I've seen this film before, so I'm leaving out the side door.
So step right out. There is no amount of crying I can do for all this time. We always walked a very thin line. You didn't even hear me out. You never gave a warning sign. All this time, I never learned to read your mind. Couldn't turn things around. So now I give a warning sign.
Very nice. It's repeating the bridge in the end of the outro with a little more layering, a little more exploration of those motifs. I do like this one. I like the pacing of the album so far. Each song has built on top of the other in a way, while staying sonically cohesive. This is definitely the biggest, but it works really, really well as it doesn't come too soon. Very nice. I tend to like the songs about exes dealing with the breakups.
Heartbreak kind of slash.
Not just heartbreak,
But yeah.
but just the exes themselves dealing with breakups. And
Even like the post heartbreak.
yeah, you're
like,
getting
kinda
both sides.
accepting it.
Yeah, you're getting both sides of the story. So I feel like these lyrics resonate with me more so than the other ones do. The Cardigans was like the second most that resonated with me, and then I would say that the last American great, the last great American dynasty. While I think the lyrics are good, they don't resonate with me.
Of course, yeah.
I'm not out there buying $17 million mansions
Anymore.
but I understood the premise of the song, of course.
Yeah.
But it's not as personal to me. And the songs that are more personal are the ones I enjoy. So far, Cardigan and Exile are definitely the two that are standing out for favorites for me.
I enjoyed the verses and the hook. As I mentioned, I did not enjoy the bridge. However, the beginning of the bridge, I think, starts strong. I think it kind of dies down from there. Like even the first delivery of all this time is nice. He doesn't deliver it the same each time. But the first like bar and a half or so of the bridge is pretty nice. But overall, I still would have Cardigan as my favorite. Continuing its run after these first 4 songs.
And there's just something about them first few notes of Justin Vernon coming in. It slap on any song. The first few words that come out of his mouth. It hits you. It's like, ah.
So I step right out.
Gonna have my tears ricocheting. Right. Shared via Instagram, Swift has expressed that this song is about an embittered tormentor showing up at the funeral of his fallen object of obsession. That's a very interesting premise, actually.
So like the guy from 50 Shades of Grey or something.
Yeah.
Or the guy from You.
You? I was thinking You.
Yeah.
Or the guy fucking Saltburn.
The guy
Literally,
from Saltburn.
does
yeah.
kind of show up at the funeral of his
Yeah.
obsession.
Any Woman in a Lifetime movie.
Any
Have you
woman
ever
in a
watched Lifetime?
movie?
Have you ever watched Lifetime?
Both of my parents used to just leave, or both of my moms used to leave Lifetime on the channel and doing laundry and stuff. Apparently, this is also the first song she wrote for Folklore.
Huh.
Yeah. Let's dive into this one. I'm very curious. Are we going to build? We're probably not going to build. If we're following a good natural album progression, we're going to die down just a little bit on the fifth
And this is number
song.
5.
Yeah, on the 5th song. So, we're probably not going to build too much on this one, I would assume. And we're going to get back to being a little more emotional with the instrumentation. As far as producers, we do have Jack Antonoff on here, so I might be wrong because Jack Antonoff is known
Brings
for
the
throwing
energy.
weird ass shit in the middle of songs. So much so that I know a lot of artists have asked him to like pull things back at times. But yeah, I think he brings a lot of creativity to a lot of his songs in a good way. Oh, and you did mention this track 5, so there's a track 5, emotional. It's got an interesting start. Reminded me of So Long London in a way, a little bit.
We gather here, we line up, weeping in a sunlit room. And if I'm on fire, you'll be made of ashes too. Even on my worst day, did I deserve, babe, all the hell you gave me? 'Cause I loved you, I swear I loved you, till my dying
Oh, yeah.
day.
You can hear the Antonoff subtle building.
I didn't have it in myself to go with grace.
Little background vocal effect.
You're the hero flying around saving face.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like that lyric.
If I'm dead to you, why are you at the wake?
Very so subtle.
Cussing my name, wishing I stayed. Look at how my tears ricochet.
Yeah, I like this so far, actually. I like this a lot. There's like very subtle undertones on the vocal, like a dub layer on the end of each line that's like heavily filtered, but very subtly expressed. And it's really, really
There's a
really,
drama
really interesting.
building.
Yeah.
The background vocals, they have them lead in the beginning, and then they stay, but they go very subtle behind in the back of the instrumental to where you hear them, but only like a hint, an essence. It's almost like it's like it's creeping up on you.
It seems to
lingering.
me that I do prefer Antonoff over the Dessner produced tracks as far as production goes. I think I find there's a nuance about him that I appreciate. He does this thing in his songs where he adds just enough elements in the background to make each part really stand out a little bit, and the build is so subtle with him. Like when he builds in his songs, I tend to like it. If overdone a little bit throughout his production sometimes, but it really showed on a really recent album that we listened to. That was really nice. If y'all haven't seen that Kendrick album, so I do like that.
As far as the lyrics, I did like, if I'm dead to you, why are you at the wake? You said I'm dead to you. Why are you like coming over here to my funeral and like still involving, like how the exes might watch your story all the time, checking in on you and like giving their opinion on you. When I'm dead to you, just leave me alone. I like that lyric. Also, I like the hero flying around saving face. Saving heroes save the day, but he's saving face. So he's not really a hero. He's only thinking about himself.
On the first line in her Long Pond session, she says something along the lines of, reminds me of people going through a divorce and having that person that they swore to be with forever then become the person they spend most of their time talking shit about.
Just can't get me off your mind. Don't love the delivery of the word ricochet. Another thought I had listening.
Let's get into the second verse.
We gather stones, never knowing what they'll mean. Some to throw, some to make a diamond ring. You know I didn't want to have to haunt you, but what a ghostly that I gave you as you bury me. I didn't have it in myself to go with grace. 'Cause when I'd fight, you used to tell me I was brave. And if I'm dead to you, why are you at the wake? Cursing my name, wishing I stayed. Look at how my tears ricochet, and I can go anywhere.
I like the lyric, because when I'd fight, you tell me I was brave. I'm fighting for you now, and I look bad fighting for you and not going with grace. But this used to be one of your favorite qualities of me. It's almost the same thing to make you laugh and make you cry. The same thing you love about me might be the thing you end up hating about me. Or like when you meet somebody, I have this problem. I don't necessarily have this problem necessarily. I do like to use the word necessarily a lot, but it's like, oh my God, you're so funny. And then once the relationship starts, why are you always fucking joking all the time? But yeah,
it's just kind of like what she said on the long pond. It's like it's someone around that you love, and then you start talking shit about him later. Everything you love, everything you love about him, you fucking hate about him. So reading some of the notes here, because it's interesting. I read earlier that apparently this song could be a metaphor to her leaving Big Machine Records or wherever she was on, that label she was on. Also at the same time as talking about an ex-lover as well. But interpreting the lyrics both ways while listening to it was very interesting, because it's like I didn't have it in myself to go with grace. Here I left the label. Fuck you. I'm going to re-record all my albums. Right? Right?
You really got to hate somebody.
Right?
To do that shit.
Look at how my tears ricochet. Look at the things rebounding back to you. Now you guys are the ones in trouble.
Yeah. Look at the chain of events that you started.
I didn't want to haunt you, but it's interesting. This is interesting how you can really go both ways with the lyrics. You wear the same jewels that I gave you as you bury me. That one's the line that made me think that that could be a possibility. Right.
Yes. Because like, you are literally living off of my hard-earned work. I gave this to you, and now you
probably trying to shoo me away.
You shooing me away while you're wearing. Imagine, oh my God, that just made me. Imagine like you dating somebody, and like, or maybe you give them a gift. Maybe you don't even break up with them. Maybe they cheating on you, and they're wearing the wedding ring or something while they're cheating on you. Oh man,
they're wearing the bracelet you made them as they're getting coffee with the person.
Or like doing worse things. Ugh. I'm not gonna get into it, but that would be crazy to just imagine.
The sex toy they gifted to them.
Oh my God.
Using it on a different person.
Ugh. That's just.
Where I want, anywhere I want, just not home. And you can leave on my heart, go for blood, but you would still miss me in your bones. And I still talk to you. Now I'm sleeping in the sky. And when you can't sleep at night, you hear my soul in the
That like decrescendoed well into that background. Cool.
Yeah.
I didn't have it in myself to go with grace. And so the battleships will sink beneath the waves. You had to kill me, but it killed you just the same. Cursing my name, wishing I stayed. You turned into your worst fears, and you're tossing out blame, drunk on this pain, crossing out the good years. And you're cursing my name, wishing I stayed. Look at how my tears ricochet.
Very somber, very it didn't necessarily build more than the last track, nor did it necessarily die down more than the last track as far as pacing goes, but we did get a different style of instrumental, different producer, so it went in a little bit of a different direction. I will say this track sounds the least folkish off the album, but it does hit well for me.
It's probably my favorite bridge so far. I enjoyed that one.
I see that, yeah.
I enjoyed that one. I didn't love how it ended necessarily. Also, I misinterpreted when she said lullabies. I heard alibi. I was like, "What? What are you talking about?" But then, no, lullabies make sense. But yeah.
The next song up, Mirrorball.
Mirrorball. Mirrorball.
A disco ball. Imagery. A lot of imagery. Any thoughts?
I like the delivery of the word hush.
Yep.
It's nice. Nice. Also, I love the note she chose to use there. Hush, hush. I like the symbolism or metaphor with the mirror ball, in that she's shiny and she's almost like a reflection of you, like if you're like looking at her, or like
she's shimmering.
Right. Nice.
Hush.
But they do function as mirrors. Like she's like basically saying if you like her or you hate her, it tells you a lot about yourself, you know.
Right.
Shimmering, beautiful, and when I break, it's into a million pieces. Dang.
That's a lot of shit.
Bigger you are, the harder you fall kind of situation. She got a lot of shininess about her, but if she breaks...
And you ain't putting that back together.
Hell no. Humpty Dumpty.
I like the imagery in the chorus. Just you find me on my tallest tiptoes. Like it really paints the picture of her on her tiptoes. Not just her tiptoes. Tallest tiptoes. Spinning in the highest heels.
Tallest tiptoes, spinning in my highest heels, love shining just for you. Hush, I know they said the end is near,
The chorus gets quieter every time she says hush.
It's a nice touch.
The drums got quieter. The guitars mellowed down a little bit more.
It's,
Every time she said hush, it went down.
Sound of the song mirroring the sentiment. Mirroring, yeah. Similar to, not necessarily the sound, but the creation of the "You're Losing Me," like she's dying, but also using her heartbeat in that song, as some people, some cool Swifties told us, and on our Patreon. But yeah, the hush, the chorus really does start to become more like it's one of those choruses that second time around, that hush, doom, 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 comes a little more catchy. Definitely kind of locks you in to the song. Bridge coming up though.
And they called off the circus, burned the disco down. When they sent home the horses and the rodeo clowns. I'm still on that tightrope, I'm still trying everything to get you laughing at me. I'm still a believer, but I don't know why. Have never been a natural, all I do is try. I'm still on that trapeze, I'm still trying everything to keep you looking at me. Because I'm a mirror ball, I'm a mirror ball, and I'll show you every version of yourself tonight.
She definitely has a lot of good songwriting on this album. As far as lyrics go, metaphors and sticking to themes and such. The Mirrorball one is one of those songs where the artist sticks to the metaphor all the way throughout very, very well.
Yeah. Shows some focus.
And just like I'm showing you every version of yourself, I am going to change colors for you. Like I can be whatever you need me to be. Whichever color gets you dancing the best, I've got you. Yeah, I do appreciate the songwriting on this album. There's a lot, and definitely a lot of breakdowns on each lines of these lyrics too. There's a lot people are reading into, it seems like, especially on this bridge, and they called off the circus, burned the disco down, referring to her different eras. Circus represents her red era, apparently. She performed in circus outfits. Disco is then her 1989 and Reputation pop eras. The horse and rodeo clowns symbolize her country eras. Just shows how she's constantly reinventing herself. And then I'm still on that tightrope. I'm still trying to get you laughing at me, kind of like talking about her her need for that validation again that she has
to be liked and whatnot.
She's always shifting. She's always really trying to engage everybody. And then also it's a performance that she's putting on.
Yeah.
Like it's the performance that the industry expects.
Right.
Right. She talks about it in the documentary you watch, where the female artists are expected to reinvent themselves more and more over than male artists have to do. How many times have you seen Bruno Mars change his image? Very rarely. He's always stuck to his soulful R&B category for the most part.
I mean, he's changed at least once, because before the soulful R&B, like there was
That's why I said not really.
Like yeah,
very rarely
in the beginning. But you said he had always stuck to soulful, but that wasn't really how he started.
But I'm saying, okay, it still had roots in his pop stuff. He still had roots of soulful music in there. But regardless, he's again, very rarely, is what I said, he has not changed. Whereas people like Taylor, even Lady Gaga, has changed her images many times, trying to fit in, trying to do more to stand out. But yeah, there's a lot going on with her songwriting in this album. It's really good for songwriting wise. Next up is 7.
7. The 7th song.
Please picture me.
This one started off very strong.
In the trees, I hit my peak at 7 feet. In the swing over the creek, I was too scared to jump in, but I was high in the sky with Pennsylvania under me. Are there still beautiful things?
It has several. The inline rhymes on the I's again, touching on her heavy usage of I, high, sky. Very drawn out, very empathized too. I giggled at that because I caught that. She does really like to do that. That is something she really, really likes to do. Definitely talking about a kid or something. Some kind of
Peak at 7 feet. But it also like rolls in to the next line, like 7 feet, and then feet in the swing over the creek. Not necessarily, never mind. But yeah, so like at first I was like, was she about to say 17? But she said 7 feet, and basically like just the youthfulness of the not really caring about anything but how high you can get on the swing, and like something that, you know, not worrying about bills and what other people are thinking of you and whatnot. But it definitely, like the lyrics says, picture me in the trees. You do get a good picture here. She does paint a good picture.
You were actually, I feel like, on the right track because even Genius is saying that this has a double meaning. Talking about 7-year-old Swift swinging on a swing set, possibly, or she felt like she reached her peak before she became like her artist, and she released her debut album at age 17. So I feel like you were, there was a little play there on words in a way.
But yeah, I was high in the sky with Pennsylvania under me. Are there still beautiful things?
Sweet tea in the summer, cross your heart, won't tell no other. And though I can't recall your face, I still got love for you. Your braids like a pattern, love you to the moon and to Saturn. Passed down like folk songs, the love lasts so long. To tell you, I think your house is haunted. Your dad is always mad, and that must be why. And I think you should come live with me, and we can be pirates. Then you won't have to cry or hide in the closet. And just like a folk song, our love will be passed on.
Interesting place for a verse. A lot of instrumentational gaps in this song as well. I think the post-chorus instrumentation segment could have gone into the bridge a little bit better, but she did it before too. She did it on one of the other songs. I can't remember if it was Cardigan or the first one, but she did kind of like, I was a little unexpected, like, oh, she just kind of left space here, which is fine once I get used to it. But I'm like, oh, it's a little slightly jarring because it didn't feel natural. And it's going against the rules of song structure a little bit, I would say, but it can work.
I believe, was this? No, that was I think a Halsey song actually, about basically like Halsey had a song on The Great Impersonator about her dad, essentially, and how like he made the house feel. She didn't say haunted, but Taylor says haunted here. Halsey used probably a different word. But yeah, basically like your dad is always mad. That must be why your house, like, apparently this person's dad is probably abusive mentally and maybe physically, whoever she's talking about. And it makes the house feel scary and like not like a home, just a house. And then she's inviting them to come live with her.
And be pirates.
Then you won't have to cry or hide in the closet. And it's almost, I'm imagining that probably I imagine this probably has something to do with her being an ally to LGBT people as well. hide in the closet, both just because you want to hide from your abusive dad, but also you might want to hide your sexuality from your dad too, if he's that type of dad. But yeah, just like a folk song, our love will be passed on.
Please picture me in the weeds before I learned civility. I used to scream ferociously anytime I wanted. Sweet tea in the summer, cross my heart, won't tell no other.
That flow reminds me of something on Torture Poe's apartment.
I still got love for you. Pack your dolls in a sweater.
Cassandra?
Maybe.
Pass down like folk songs. Our love lasts.
Or maybe it's Midnights, I don't know, but it's
Blood thick, but nothing like a payroll.
it just it had a very similar
in the summer
staccato, yeah, but the melody was also
maybe fresh out of Slammer too.
It's almost like her eyes, like it reminded me, it was like, oh, there's a little signature Taylor.
Yeah, like flow and delivery.
Sweet tea in the summer. It's a nice little,
like, instrumental only outro.
That's nice. And I appreciate that. I'm not used to Taylor doing that. I don't think it's necessarily bad, especially like the chorus to the bridge earlier. It just throws me off guard because it's not what I expect from her. This is a nice little, like, reflecting back on the innocence. These songs are very isolated in a way. A lot of storytelling. A lot of, it's different. It's not just all about heartbreak and ex-boyfriends and lovers. It really is a different kind of Taylor Swift. Almost requires an adjustment when listening to. Of course, we haven't listened to some of her other albums, so it might be different if we had gone in discography order. But
I would say the energy throughout the album is more consistently low. There's not like a back and forth.
Yeah.
It's more so like more calm energy. Which,
given when this came out, I feel like that was probably really good because this came out during COVID, I believe. Yeah, 2020. And it was probably nice to just sit in the house and just listen to this when there was so much chaos going on in the world that year. Much of an escape, too. This is so vicious. Feels like I'm reading a book when I'm listening to these lyrics right now. Apparently, this is the second song they wrote, according to Aaron Dessner. Again, it's about looking back on childhood, those childhood feelings, the memories, and remembering them. Yeah. August. I believe this might be one of the songs that was in
Cardigan
love triangle that we were talking about earlier.
Cardigan, August, and Betty.
So that'll be interesting. That's gonna be one of the few songs that connects to another in this. I know this is another hit off the album, I think, or a music video at least, or something, because I do recognize. Maybe I just recognize the name because it's August, but I feel like there might be a music video for this or something like that. We have Joe Alwyn and Jack Antonoff coming back again, so we're probably going to leave the folky vibe and get more synthetic again, like we did with, was it Ricochet? I think it was Ricochet.
Yeah.
Did that, yeah. So we'll see how it goes.
Salt air and the rust on your door. I never needed anything more, or whispers of are you sure? Never have I ever before, but I can see us lost in the memory. August slipped away into a moment in time.
I've heard this before.
I don't think I have, unless there's a part that I've heard.
See you twisted in bed sheets that you slipped away like a bottle of wine. Cause you were never mine. That chorus is very familiar to me. I don't know where or when I heard that, but that.
Not ringing a bell. However, I like this change of pace here.
Yeah.
It's subtle. It's not like a jarring, like out of place song where it's like, oh, this is completely different than every other song.
No.
It's just a subtle, nice energy shift, and just also lyric speed. Like the amount of lyrics fit into one
She's
bar
doing
or measure.
her wordy thing again.
But the word choice fits.
Yeah, no, I'm not
Sometimes she'll
saying
get
it's
wordy.
bad. Yeah, I'm just
Sometimes
saying.
you get wordy, but certain words she chooses to try to fit in there do not always
Like
flow
on
nicely.
the Gracie Abrams song we listened to on her album Us. That one, well, it get a little wordy.
But regardless, the way the hook, it started nice, simple, and a decent energy. Whispers, are you sure? Never have I ever before. But when that hook comes in, it's a nice energy with also still maintaining a softness to a. But I can see nothing in a memory.
It's almost like you're floating in the clouds a little bit when you like a little it's like a fluffiness to it. It's just very it's pushing you forward, but it's gently cradling you.
In the sentiment, there is definitely nostalgic. Like she's thinking of the good times, and I can see us twisted in bed sheets. All get slipped away like a bottle of wine, because you were never mine. So it's like she remembers the good moments, but she's disappointed that they're no longer here.
Yeah.
But yeah, that chorus is nice. I enjoy the chorus a lot.
The imagery. There's so much imagery in her lyrics on this album that they're going over my head, and I'm not even thinking about it. Like when she's talking about it, like just like this, the salt air and the rust on a door. Not thinking that it's probably by the ocean.
Oh, that's fair.
Like she's giving you so many details to describe a situation and a scene. It's just it's really nice actually.
Lower back beneath the sun, wishing I could write my name on it. Will you call when you're back at school? I remember thinking I had you, but I can see it's lost in the memory. August slipped
Change the
away
instrumental a little bit.
Cause it was never mine. And I can see us twisted in bed sheets, get slipped away like a bottle of wine. Cause you were never mine. See how this bridge.
Back when we were still changing for the better, wanting was enough. For me it was enough to live for the hope of it all. Cancel plans just in case you call and say meet me behind the mall. So much for summer love and saying us, cause you weren't mine to lose. You weren't mine to lose. No. But I can see
It's lost in the memory. August slipped away into a moment of time. Cause it was never mine.
And I can see us twisted in bed sheets. August sipped away like a bottle of wine. Cause you were never mine.
That's a nice catchy chorus.
Cause you were never mine. Never mine. But do you remember? Remember when I pulled up and said get in the car, and then cancel my plans just in case you call. Back when I was living for the hope of it all, for the hope of it all. Meet me behind the mall. Remember when I pulled up and said get in the car, and then cancel my plans just in case you call.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they hit me with that. That was nice actually. It was jarring but nice. nice layers in there. Different guitars, different strings, little synthy sounds too. Yeah. Yeah, no, that was nice.
So it seems like in regards to the other song Cardigan, that it's just as like a after. I mean, the Cardigan was kind of after too, like post breakup,
Yeah,
but
it was,
more
yeah.
close. Like she was still remembering how like they picked her up and said that they were their favorite, even though she felt like she was a cardigan under the bed that someone forgot about. But this one is more talking about like actually the things that happened in regards to like being behind the mall and getting in the car and whatnot.
Fun trivia. August is the 8th month of the year, and August is the 8th track on Folklore, and Folklore is Swift's 8th album that has 8 deluxe versions, and she said in her prologue that Folklore is inspired by the sun-drenched month of August, sipped away like a bottle of wine.
8 versions. 8 deluxe versions. That's a lot of deluxe versions. Dang.
Yeah. No, I like that one a lot.
Yeah, pretty solid.
And like you
Cardigan's
said,
still my favorite.
nice change of pace. That's good. That's good. Moving on from that, we're going to This Is Me Trying, which is another Joe Alwyn, Taylor Swift, and Antonoff produced track. Based off the title, I would say this is probably about a breakup or moving on or something like that. Or maybe trying to fix a relationship. Oh, we're definitely continuing a different sonic vibe.
I like that consistent. Adds a little bit of a drama. And then changing the note. It's the 2 notes back and forth.
I've been having a hard time adjusting. I had the shiniest wheels, now they're rusting. I didn't know if you'd care if I came back. I have a lot of regrets about that. Pulled the car off the road to the lookout. Could have followed my fears all the way down. And maybe I don't quite know what to say, but I'm here in your doorway. I just wanted you to know that this is me trying. I just wanted you to know that this is me trying.
That's all you put in your chorus, girl? Damn.
That's you trying? Just playing.
Yeah, breakup. I've been having a hard time adjusting. I had the shiniest wheel, now they're rusting. Maybe not breakup at the end of a relationship. Maybe it's like the end of a relationship. I don't know if you care if I came back. I have a lot of regrets about that. Yeah, it's end. Pulled the car off the road to the lookout. Could have followed my fears all the way down. But I'm here in your doorway anyway, so I'm trying.
Normally I like when they don't rhyme on the beat you expect them to rhyme on. They still rhyme, but they just kind of like either rhyme early or rhyme late. But I think I would have preferred with a lot of regrets about that if she would kind of stuck with the same flow as the previous line right before it with the came back. The same thing with know what to say, but I'm here in your doorway. I think it would have flowed a little bit smoother. But the lyrics are pretty solid, as are most of the lyrics on this album. Pretty solid, and the painting of the pictures and the nostalgia of it all. But the chorus, it seems purposefully simple in that it mirrors the sentiment with the "This is me trying."
Yeah,
but it's almost like not ironic, but also like, what's the word? Conflicts. It's like you're not trying. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it seems purpose. Like it's like, this is me trying. Are you sure? Because
almost like a sarcastic.
Yeah, a sarcastic.
Yeah. Of course, the Genius Annotations always want to give me something different than what I'm talking about. But they want to use this as another metaphor for Taylor and her relationship with fans and like the Kanye West stuff, saying she's had a hard time adjusting since the situation. She had the shiniest wheel. She was that big old pop star, and then she got taken down a peg. I don't know. She didn't think the fans would care if she came back. She could have followed the fears all the way down and never done anything again, or just done something really bad. And now I'm here in your doorway. Now I'm back again. Here I am. I'm back again.
Oh, word.
It could be that way. I could see Taylor constantly writing about that situation, but also at the same time, I don't feel like
She would spend a lot of time. Even
every
if she wanted
song
to,
on
she would,
every album.
make a conscious decision
Yeah.
to not do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
They told me all of my cages were mental, so I got wasted like all my potential. And my words shoot to kill when I'm mad. I have a lot of regrets about that. I was so ahead of the curve became a sphere. Fell behind all my classmates and I ended up here, pouring out my heart to a stranger. But I didn't pour the whiskey, I just wanted you to know that this is me trying. I just wanted you to know that this is me trying. At least I'm trying.
We're about to get in that bridge. I'm gonna rewind that for the bridge. But I haven't been super critical of this album yet, but I did not like the line or the delivery of the line per se. I was so ahead of the curve. The curve became a sphere. I don't know why. It sounded a little awkward and popped out to me.
I won't defend it.
The line itself is fine. Like the I feel like
The actual lyrics
Yeah, like
itself?
that's kind of cool. Like that's a play on the curve. You know, so ahead of the curve, it became a sphere. Yeah, that's fine. But I just didn't like the delivery for some reason.
But I did like the lyric, pouring out my heart to a stranger, but I didn't pour the whiskey. It's like, yes, I invented and whatnot, but I didn't go down that rabbit hole. Like, you got to give me credit. I'm trying now. I know I'm going crazy. I'm doing crazy things, but I'm not doing that many crazy things. I'm not doing that far. So you got to give me credit. Come on now. I stole your wallet, but I didn't kill you.
Yeah, I just wrote a song about you.
I'm trying.
Or a whole album
Reminds
about
me
you.
of, if you ever seen Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, Wanda said, "This is me being reasonable."
Yeah, and she
After
killing everybody.
Killing everybody. It's like, I'm trying. Give me the girl so I can find my children in another dimension.
Yeah.
And everyone walks away safely. But yeah.
And my words shoot to kill when I'm mad. That okay. Yeah. I know she's had some she said some things before that are kind of mean. But she has a lot of regrets about it. Yeah.
At least I'm trying. And it's hard to be at a party when I feel like an open wound. It's hard to be anywhere these days when all I want is you. You're a flashback and a film reel on the one screen in my town. And I just wanted you to know that this is me trying. Maybe I don't quite. I just wanted you to know that this is me trying. At least I'm trying.
I feel conflicted on this song. I like the songwriting. I just don't think I'm a fan of the execution.
Yeah, I mean, the bridge is probably my, off the top of my head, my least favorite Taylor bridge ever.
Yeah. No. Okay. The bridge
flow-
turned me off really bad.
The flow is awkward, but it's not in a way that I think you would get used to by listening to it.
Yeah, like kind
another
of how
time.
I got used to like But Daddy, I Love Him.
Yeah.
I thought that was an awkward flow, but I was
Yeah.
able to adjust to it over time.
But yeah, it feels like she wanted to get some certain lyrics in here, but she didn't care to change the flow or rewrite the bridge to make these lyrics fit here.
She just puked over the page. She was like, oh.
It's hard to be anywhere these days when all I want is you. Like, not that she said it like that, but that's how I felt when she said it. Like,
She could have took
had
out
that
some
foot.
words here. She could have just said
Yeah.
it's hard to be anywhere when all I want is you. She didn't have to say,
Yeah,
you know,
like she didn't have to say these days. Like she could have done something there to make that flow smoother. And the chorus is very simple, so you can't lean on it, and the melody is not strong enough to, I think, compensate for like the lack of lyrics at some point. Like, you know, like the amount of space
And
that's there with just the instrumental.
I feel like this is the most ill-paced song on the album, coming right off of August. We kind of kicked it up a little bit, and this brought it back down, I thought, too much. Especially for what we're critiquing it for. If maybe the execution was a little bit better, or the melodies were a little bit stronger, I wouldn't have, the pacing of that wouldn't have bothered me. But yeah, it's probably definitely my least on the album, unfortunately. Getting another Illicit Affairs, another Jack Antonoff, Taylor Swift, Joe Alwyn. We're going to talk about some infidelity, it looks like. We love our infidelity songs.
Yeah.
Did not like that song on Midnights. What was it called? High Infidelity? Yeah.
Oh, I like that song.
I mean,
What?
it's like catchy, but I don't like the
Dang.
subject, though. Like, I
Oh,
don't like
okay.
infidelity songs. I don't
I
like
see what you're saying.
Yeah.
But the delivery of high infidelity. Oh, I like that. That ooh.
Yeah.
Make sure nobody sees you leave. Hood over your head.
God damn it.
Your eyes down.
Lavender Haze.
You're out for a run. You'll be flushed when you return. Take the road less
Wow.
traveled
Wow.
by. Tell yourself you can always stop. What started in beautiful rooms ends with meetings in parking lots. That's the thing about illicit affairs and clandestine meetings and longing stares. It's born from just one single glance, but it dies and it dies and it dies a million little times.
Interesting build into the second verse there. Hood over your head, keep your eyes down. You need to tell your friends you running because you gonna be coming back. Woo!
Right. Yeah. I like that lyric. It was some nice imagery she got there. Of sneaking around, sneaky links as they call them these days. I do not like the incorporation of the high pitched delivery on stop or down. I feel like it felt out of place in the song. But
Yeah, I'm indifferent about it, but
yeah.
I don't think it's needed. And I'm not gonna say I dislike it, but I don't. It probably would be better without it. I'm kind of interested to see how this build is gonna go into the second verse here.
Leave the perfume on the shelf that you picked out just for him, so you leave no trace behind, like you don't even exist. Take the words for what they are, a dwindling mercurial high, a drug that only worked the first few hundred times. And that's the thing about illicit affairs and clandestine meetings and stolen stares. They show their truth one single time, but they lie and they lie and they lie a million little times.
A million little times. We went from 100. Oh no, she said a million the first time. Okay. You said it was the first time.
But I think you were thinking 100.
Yeah, from the
second chances,
second
broken branches, yada yada. Second verse, she repeated or continued the every like fourth bar, going high on that last lyric. Dwindling mercurial high. I just like that sentence, or that.
That's interesting.
Dwindling mercurial high. Like you were high, but it's slowly fading. That feeling you had, that lavender haze you were in.
Does she mean mercurial, but he means like it's poisonous? Because like mercury's like poisonous. Like
yeah.
That's how I was trying to interpret
Mercury,
that potentially.
Yeah. Mercury.
You can only take so much of it before it kind of kills you a little bit.
And a drug that only worked the first few hundred times. Which is like, it's interesting because they say you never get that. You can never replicate that same high you got when you first took a drug or did something.
Right.
And you keep chasing it, trying to get that again, and you'll never get it. But she's saying this drug worked the first few hundred times. Like it was hitting every
mercurial
time.
also means sudden or unpredictable changes in mood too. So that also makes sense. Very sudden. Dwindling, but very sudden high.
And you wanna scream, don't call me kid, don't call me baby. Look at this godforsaken nest that you made me. You showed me colors you know I can't see with anyone else. Don't call me kid, don't call me baby. Look at this idiotic fool that you made me. You taught me a secret language I can't speak with anyone else. And you know damn well, for you I would ruin myself.
Goddamn.
A million little times.
Mirroring a little callback to Mirrorball, potentially breaking into a million pieces. Yeah, this is like a mix of lavender haze and high infidelity.
Right, yeah. There are moments of the sounding like lavender haze.
Also the topic too.
The topic, yeah. And then of course infidelity, high infidelity, and illicit affairs meaning cheating.
Again,
essentially.
I'm sure the song's fine for most people. I really don't like affair songs. It's not something I like listening to.
But yeah, cheating ass motherfucker.
So I will say I don't.
I will say that maybe it seems like, from my estimation, it might not be necessarily completely about a person. Maybe it's like her relationship with
that is true.
Music, or the lack there, or like the lack thereof music, like taking a break from it.
Could use it as a metaphor. But the first verse definitely solidifies that it's mostly talking about
sneaky
a relationship for the most part.
But yeah,
even if it's fictional, I just don't like songs about affairs. I don't like cheating. So I don't think.
Remember when y'all haven't seen Arcane, but you should watch it. There's a character in there that's getting a little cheaty, and that shit was, oh my god. When I saw Arcane. That hand, that's not the right hand.
Where is that hand going?
Why is you in the room? You shouldn't even be in here.
But yeah. The song's probably fine. Again, I don't particularly like it just because of the subject matter, but I don't necessarily think it was poorly executed. I do kind of agree with his criticism about them high notes coming out of nowhere, slapping you in the face.
Her melody choice on parts of the song was not my favorite either. Moving on to Invisible String.
Invisible String. We're going back to an Aaron Dessner produced track, so probably gonna get more simple production, but that's not always true. See if there's any relevant background information on this. Invisible String references an East Asian folk myth about a red thread of fate tying two soulmates together. Oh, okay, like a invisible string.
Yeah. I see.
Okay. All right. We'll see here. I like the little guitar pick melody. I like that.
was the color of the grass where I used to read at Centennial Park. I used to think I would meet somebody there.
I like that.
Teal was the color of your shirt when you were 16 at the yogurt shop. You used to work at to make a little money.
Yep.
Time, curious time. Give me no compasses, give me no signs. Were there clues I didn't see?
Oh, yep.
And isn't it just so pretty to think all along there was some invisible string
Okay.
tying you to me?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
It's a bop.
I don't know if y'all were able to surmise by my
I enjoy this one particularly.
I really appreciate how when she was coming in with that initial flow, she stopped on the word somebody. It added a nice change of
Yeah, she
like
didn't
just
stop at the end of it, yeah.
subverting the expectations. And then she said there. And then she did the same
melody.
thing with money. But then she didn't add another lyric to rhyme with there. It just adds a nice, oh, what's she going to say next type of feeling without it being too crazy.
The melody subverted my expectations in the chorus with the gave me no compasses, gave me no signs. And she kind of went up a little
And then
high.
the C's, the
Yep.
E's were that was nice.
That was nice. This is a nice one so far.
Yeah.
Again, the imagery is strong. I'm
Yeah.
definitely talking about Joe Alwyn and their relationship because I know at this time that they were most likely still together before heading into their breakup. And the invisible string is probably something that
It's competing with Cardigan right now.
yeah, I would say this song's really strong so far. Yeah, definitely talking about little love, paving the path, if you will. We both started simple. I was at the park reading a book in Tennessee. You were in London at your yogurt shop working for little money. You was poor as hell while my daddy was
Broke
still
boy.
my daddy was still rich.
Yeah, broke boy.
And if y'all who think Taylor Swift dad was not rich, by the way, because we've been doing I did some investigations, because she said in a song on Red, the bills on the table,
Right.
and I was like, they didn't have no bills on the table. The man was a banker. The man has some.
Also, speaking of
some
her
money.
country roots, growing up on a farm, apparently, right?
Yeah.
Her best, when it comes to her delivery, I enjoy when she adds that, as she's done a couple times. It's subtle, but it's in there. And her delivery, she adds a little of that country twang to the delivery of her songs, a delivery of her lyrics at the end of them.
Yeah.
Versus her softening out the delivery and making it more, not monotone, but a little more neutral, if you will. Like
it kind of decreases the interest.
But she added a little bit more of her personality, I think, to
twang,
some of these.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this one's nice so far.
Yeah.
That guitar lick is
the
just
guitar.
killing it right now.
Bad was the blood of the song in the
Bad Blood?
when you first drove to
1989?
LA. You ate at my favorite spot for dinner. Bold was the richest on our 3-year trip, getting lunch down by the lakes. She said I looked like an American singer.
Little did she know.
Time, mystical turn.
A mystical.
Cutting me open, then healing me fine. With the clues I didn't see.
That clues. Clues.
Isn't it just so pretty to think all along there was some invisible string
Yeah.
tying you to me.
That is a nice just thought.
Yeah, no, I like this.
Out of all the wrong ones, right into that dive bar. Something wrapped all of my past mistakes in barbed wire.
Oh, that was nice little.
Around my demons, wool to brave the seasons. One single thread of gold. tied me to you.
That was that line had a end rhyme into an interline rhyme, I guess you could say.
Which one?
Bar with barbed. She ended on bar, but the next line she ended on wire.
Oh, my fault.
Out of all the wrong arms, right into that dive bar. Something wrapped all of my past mistakes in barbed wire.
Because I see, yeah.
Yeah, it did fit really well.
The thought of, like, for those who are single, or even, I guess, if you're in a relationship, maybe it's not your favorite one. But, like, just the thought of, like, the person you could end up with and be your quote-unquote soulmate for the rest of your life is somewhere, could be way across the world, could be literally, like, a few blocks down, just living an entire life. You know, like, they're having all these experiences that somehow, some way, eventually
they
leads them to you.
Dick down right now by somebody else.
Or they're doing the dicking. Or maybe you're gay and they don't know they're gay yet.
Right. Yeah, you about to help them find out.
Right. Yeah, so it's just crazy to think that they're just out there living their life.
It's crazy to think that you think that about somebody, then you get together and spend years with them, and then all of a sudden you fucking break up 7 years later.
And then 7 years after that, it's almost like it don't even feel like they exist
anymore. Yep.
Like it feels like if you were to meet them, like it'd been so long. Let's say you were to meet them and kiss them again, it would feel like the first time you kissed them, because also they're probably a different person now.
Exactly.
Like
yeah, that's funny because this song is definitely about Joe, and it's like Joe gone.
Bye.
He gone now.
It ain't no lie.
Apparently, she's used gold before in Reputation to describe her romance with Joe, as that's when it's kind of around the time it started.
It also, reminds me, like, doing these album reactions can be taxing, and like sitting here and listening. But when the song is good,
good.
Like, it wakes you up. It's like, oh damn.
It's the same with the TV shows we watch. Sometimes the episode would be really bad, and then at the end they just jump it up. And it's like,
man, that last episode of The Boys, season 4. Oh, if y'all haven't watched The Boys, it's a crazy show. I don't know if y'all would like it, but the 4th season was okay.
It was
solid,
okay.
had some moments, but that last episode really elevated.
Yeah,
I was
like, whoa, what the hell?
Oh my God, what the heck?
What the fuck's going on here? I'll tell you which show is never boring. Almost never boring. It's The Bear.
Oh my God.
Almost every episode's been so fucking...
Like, some people will say, like, oh, this show stress you out. I'm like, okay, it's a TV show. Relax. But it really do be, like, the camera angles and how
So
close they get.
tight framed.
And, like, and you never feel like a good moment's going to stay a good moment.
Right.
Like, even though they have some of them, you just don't know which ones are,
Even lately, the show's been, the last couple episodes
she's
been
making
really
an omelet.
good.
I was like, she's going to drop it on the floor. Fuck.
Yeah, she's going to fuck it up. She's going to burn the shit out of it.
Oh, my God. No, please. Please.
That shit be driving me mad. Like a mad woman. Next song on the album track list. Another Aaron Dessner track. I'm liking the... See, sometimes Jack Antonoff does a little too much, which I felt he did on This Is Me Trying. He was trying too hard. Or no, Illicit Affairs and This Is Me Trying. Sorry, no, This Is Me Trying. He did a little too much on that one. He tried too much. And he tried a little less, y'all. Y'all did too much on that one for me. And so I like that they're going back and forth between the producers on this one. It's giving a good little vibe. So this, she references apparently Blank Space and Look What You Made Me Do in this song. She connects the concept of a delusional woman to her personal life, particularly her battles with Scooter Braun and Scott Borchetta. Scooter. If you don't recognize those names, those are the motherfuckers that have the rights to her songs and owning her music and the whole Kanye West to famous thing bullshit. Yeah.
Scooty.
Apparently, some of this story may originate from the Rebecca Harkness track a little bit. So I might call back to that a little bit.
Interesting.
Yeah. Cool. Let's take a look. She get me with these piano tracks, man.
This remind me of a song from
Torture Post Department. Yeah. Maybe Cassandra or is it,
no.
What did you think I'd say to that? Does a scorpion sting when fighting back? They strike to kill, and you know I will. You know I
Fuck, it's right there.
I know what you're talking. I know. I was reminding. I was thinking the same thing.
I just gotta look at the track
What do
list.
you sing on your drive home? Do you see my face face in the neighbor's lawn? Does she smile? Or does she mouth fuck you forever? Every time you call
I heard
me,
that lyric wrong. I was like, mouth.
Yeah, you wasn't paying attention.
I didn't see the quotations. I just heard it. Mouth fuck
You
you.
was like, you're looking at the torture part of the part. She said, "What are we doing, Taylor?"
Mouth fuck you.
You nasty.
But she
You are a
didn't
mad
mouth
woman.
fuck you. She mouthed.
mad
like
woman.
She mouthed. Fuck you.
Or does she mouth fuck you
Yeah,
forever?
yeah,
Commas, people, they're important. Commas are important.
Um.
Commas are important.
Damn.
I can just play them until we find it.
I feel like it's on Anthology Edition.
It's either like Black Dog or something. I like it's. No, not Black Dog.
It might be How Did It End or I Hate It Here.
your hologram stumbled into my apartment, hands in the hair.
Maybe it will.
It might be this one. Play the other song. Play Mad Woman again.
Pause. Damn, bro. I pressed the pause button.
No.
It just gives a vibe.
Quick, tell me something off.
Nope.
I don't remember.
It could be Cassandra.
I was in my new house
Yep,
place.
yes, it was Cassandra.
It's Cassandra. Okay. Yeah.
It's almost like an inverted melody of it.
Yeah.
Let's play this whole first verse back because you was not listening.
Yeah, I was not.
What did you think I'd say to that? Does a scorpion sting when fighting back? They strike to kill, and you know I will. You know I will. What do you sing on your drive home? Do you see my face in the neighbor's lawn? Does she smile? Or does she mouth fuck you forever?
Damn.
Every time you call me crazy, you're getting more crazy. What about that? And when you say you seem angry, you're getting more angry. And there's nothing like a mad woman. What a shame she went mad. No one likes a mad woman. You made her like that. And you poke that bear till her claws come out, and you find something to wrap your noose around. And there's nothing like a man.
Preach, just to preach.
Woman.
It reminds me of a little bit So Long London. There's a little bit of How Did You Think I Had? Isn't that in the So Long London?
How much what did you think I had?
How much sad did you think I had? Isn't that in So
I think
Long
that
London?
was the so long one.
But also, it could have been either way. It really reminds me of Who's Afraid of Little Old Me.
Yeah.
A little bit in terms of the
I was about to say
sentiment,
it kind of reminds me of the third one.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing like a mad woman.
Blood stick, but nothing like a payroll.
Does a scorpion sting when fighting back?
Duh. They sure do strike to kill. You know I will. For real. Who's Afraid of Little Old Me? You should be.
What do you sing on your drive home? Me. Okay, okay. Y'all may have said that some of this album's fictional, and some people have said this is like, even she said it's inspired by her life or whatever. But I'm starting to think this entire album is a metaphor for her fighting her fucking musical rights against the Big Machine Records or whatever it's called, and Scott and all that bullshit. Because this is all, some of these songs got some lyrics that are really, who you listen to on your way home? Me, huh? Right? Fuck you, bitch.
Fuck you.
That's funny. Yeah, it's just funny.
Wait, she said that in the first verse?
Yeah, all of that. Yeah, that was all in the first verse.
What do you sing on your drive home? Do you see my face in the neighbors? Yeah, I see what you're saying. She didn't say me. You were saying that's what she was implying.
Yep.
Me. Okay, gotcha. I was like, me. But yeah. Do you see my face in the neighbor's lawn? Does she smile? Interesting.
Or does she mouth fuck you forever?
Yeah. Both seem like good options. But yeah.
I like the piano, and the chorus piano, I think, changes up a little bit, and the high notes kind of match her melody, her melodic notes in her voice, and it's kind of nice to kind of like tag team a little bit there on the little emphasis, if you will.
Oh, that's a string. This, I think, a string instrument there.
Yeah, I got little strings in the background.
Synth.
Guitar.
I breathe flames each time I talk. My cannons all firing at your yacht. They say, move on, but you know I won't.
Should be holding grudges.
And women like hunting witches too. Doing your dirtiest work for you. It's obvious that wanting me dead has really brought you two together. Every time you call me crazy, you're getting more crazy. What about that? And when you say I seem angry, you're getting more angry. And there's nothing like a mad woman. What a shame she went mad. No one likes a mad woman. You made her like that. And you poke that bear till the claws come out. And you find something to wrap your noose around. And there's nothing like a mad woman. I'm taking my time.
Oh yeah.
Did the rewind thing again, the fast forward thing again.
Pretty solid. Pretty solid.
It's all so far, yeah. It's catchy. This is the least lyrical, I think, of her songs so far on the album. The lyrics are a little more straightforward, a little more simple. You can clearly, she's angry. Clearly, she's clearly angry. Which is fine. You don't have to always be sophisticated lyrics. In fact, I appreciate when it's not always sophisticated lyrics. Very repetitive on the instrumentation so far, but not necessarily in a bad way. It fits well on the album right now. I would say it fits well. This album so far has been pretty decently paced especially for a lower energy, slower songs album. I would say it's not feeling like that back end of Torture the Poets Department yet, the anthology version. I remember listening to those, and even on the separate days we split up, it just felt like a slog a little bit.
A slog.
In fact, this one almost had the opposite effect. I felt like the first half was slower than the second half so far.
Yeah, that's fair.
I haven't gotten to the bridge yet. This is clearly she's talking about the Scooter and all of them, and about them buying the masters, about the women defending him, the other clients that he has, the other artists that work for him and stuff defending him, and that's why she's like, women like hunting witches too.
Right.
Continuing her, or starting her witch theme that she continues in the Torture Poets Department with the song that we just compared it to. What's it called?
Cassandra?
No.
What? Oh, Who's Afraid of Little Me?
Who's Afraid of Little Me? Yeah.
Oh, the delivery on that.
Yeah.
Of course, is very nice.
Because that's the one where she's talking about hung from the gallows or whatever.
I
or
leap from the gallows and take down your street.
Yeah.
Yeah. As I scream.
Yeah. Any thoughts on the second verse before I play?
Second verse. I mean, I do like my cannons on firing at your yacht. Because it's like she's in a pirate ship. You in a yacht. And you about to get fucked up. But yeah.
Yeah.
I'm taking my time, cause you took everything from me. Watching you climb over people like me. The master of spin has a couple side flings. Good wives always know. She should be mad, should be scathing like me, but no one likes a mad
insight into the Tay lore, essentially.
I do like that lyric. The master spin always has a couple of side flings. Good wives always know. She should be mad, scathing like me, but no one likes a mad woman. Like bringing back in that lyric and then using it to describe why other women are kind of siding with Scooter or whatever, or going on the hunt too, because they want to just take it easy and be agreeable and whatnot, because no one likes a mad woman.
I like a mad woman. Give it to me fast.
But yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, not bad.
Pretty solid.
Not too shabby. Not too shabby.
Not too shabby at all. Epiphany.
Another Dessner track.
Epi on that fanny.
Epi on the fanny. Epi on the fanny. Epi on the fanny. Yeah. This is the one I think explains that the song touches on her grandfather's experience in the military, landing at Guadalcanal in 1942.
Guadalcanal. She mentioned that in a different thing. In the foreword.
Prologue, yeah.
The foreword. As in the word before.
This was like the opening to an Interstellar track. This is very like moody, atmospheric almost.
Yeah.
This is nice. I just lay back.
Keep your helmet, keep your life, son. Just a flesh wound. Here's your rifle. Crawling up the beach.
I don't know how I feel about that yet.
Sir, I think he's bleeding out. And some things you just can't speak about. With you I serve, with you I fall down, down. Watch you breathing, watch you breathing out, out. So
I like everything potentially except the rifle part. I'm just unsure about it. It took me off guard.
I did not. I feel like it provided a nice. I don't want to say change of pace, but it made it interesting without being so jarring, like those high pitched Lavender Haze-esque notes on the other song we were listening to. I don't love it, but it didn't throw me off the way the other delivery did. And after multiple listens, I feel like it could probably grow on me.
That's what I feel like it might grow on me. But it did throw me off just a little bit.
Yeah.
I was in it and I was whoa. That came out of nowhere.
It reminded me of the but not.
That is so good though. That is so in Halsey's album, Great Impersonator.
Yeah.
Oh, that is so good though.
Those are nice. And it goes with the sound of the beat, the sound, and whatnot, and the message of the song as well.
Sometimes I feel like Taylor puts these things in her songs. She's like sitting there with her producer. How could we butt this shit up real quick? Like, how can we make this like interesting or like
right? Yes.
I feel like sometimes she asks that question too much. Oh, what could I do to make it interesting? When sometimes she doesn't need to. Right. I don't know. It's again, I don't dislike it as much as those high notes that you said in the other song.
Yeah.
What was it? Infidelity? Was that in Infidelity?
Well, it would be Illicit Affairs, but I don't even know.
I don't remember what song it was.
That song. Yeah, it probably would, because it wasn't
sure
that long ago.
Yeah,
it was
probably
Illicit Affairs.
Regardless, you know which one, because you was watching the whole thing, right? You wasn't skipping ahead, right? Right. But
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, it's fine. We'll let it. I'll stop talking about it because I'll just keep going on about it.
But
I'm chilling in this song.
The "With You" chorus,
I like the melody.
The delivery of that "With You, Watch You." Mm-hmm. I enjoyed that.
I like the melody a lot.
Yeah.
But I'm chilling with this one. I'm just riding this one out.
What you breathing, what you breathing out, something med school did not cover, someone's daughter, someone's mother. Hold your hand through plastic now. Doc, I think she's crashing out. And some things you just can't speak about.
Very somber. I don't typically enjoy slow songs that have drawn out melodies with the lyrics. But I don't know, something about this one's kind of speaking to me.
The melody choice, I think, is what's helping. Because she has this tendency when she does these songs that are a little bit more sentimental and about maybe like someone else, like Robin.
Yeah.
And I think Ronan, where she uses these drawn out lyrics and she leaves a lot of space. Like she feels like, okay, this is a serious song. It has to be slow. Like it seems like but regardless, this song, the melody is nice. And even though it's slow, it's still, I think, engaging enough.
It's immersing me. It's an immersive song for me. I can get immersed in it.
She did the thing again. I think she did it on the word mother, and it does like wake you up a little. Like it plays.
Did.
It plays
I have my eyes
role.
closed. I listen to this. I'm like, oh shit.
But I like the Doc. I think she's crashing out because I don't know exactly like how she's using it, but like the word crashing out, the phrase crashing out has always been around for a minute, and it has a different meaning. But recently, it's like been used a lot more often. It's like someone like basically just goes crazy.
Yeah.
Like they get really, really mad to crash out. If someone's a crash out, they're like a person who has a tendency to go crazy.
I see.
But yeah,
I see what she's doing here. She is apparently comparing the first verse is a little bit more about war, and the second verse is about COVID. She's like the battle of people battling for their lives and COVID and stuff.
I see. And hold your hands through plastic.
Yeah, something med school did not cover.
Right.
And doctors was not ready for COVID.
Someone's daughter, someone's mother.
Yeah, hold your hands to plastic now because everybody was wearing protection and everything. Yeah. And then some things you just can't speak about. Yeah, that's interesting. And same with war, you just can't speak about. Like you just can't talk about it. That's an interesting comparison to make. I know some people don't like when people compare things to war. They find it disrespectful to the soldiers, but I feel like it's actually the opposite. Using one of the most traumatic experiences in life to be able to describe other traumatic experiences in life, I don't think it's disrespectful. Just because I haven't gone to war does not mean that I haven't had moments that elicit the same fears, just not to as great of a degree as much. But also it's a way to acknowledge what those people have like been through as well. You're not forgetting about it. You're doing something to remember it in a way. So I don't mind when people compare those things. Of course, I've never been to war, so I can't speak for those people, but I think it works.
Only 20 minutes to sleep, but you dream of some epiphany. Just one single glimpse of relief to make some sense of what you've seen. With you I serve, with you I fall down.
The layering's nice. Can I get a nice instrumental outro? Whole minute? I'm down. Yeah, that was. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a Taylor Swift slow song hater, but I really enjoyed that one. I don't know why exactly, but I was able to get
solid.
immersed.
I enjoyed it.
I maybe it's the appreciation for the parallelism between the healthcare service and the military service. 20 minutes to sleep. You know, doctors working these long shifts.
Right.
Surgeons are taking micro naps in between surgeries. In war, you're sleeping in the trenches in your little dugout hole. You know, you're sleeping in shifts. You got to stay awake for days at a time if you're behind enemy lines.
Yeah.
You're just dreaming of a slight glimpse of relief. You're trying to make sense of what you see. Both doctors and soldiers see a lot of death, a lot of carnage. You know, especially trauma doctors, they see a lot of. They got GSWs, gunshot wounds. They have people dying from seizures and just their heads falling on the ground, cracking open, splitting open. Both are very, very hard to deal with in their own way. You know, with war, you have the sense of you have to paint the enemy as the bad guy, even though most people on the other side are just the same as you. They were probably a family man, a loving father, and they're just fighting for their country as well, even if they don't agree with everything that's going on with their country. And in healthcare, you're kind of like out of that control as well. Like you just see these everyday people, and you see how unfortunate life can be, and sometimes you wonder how lucky maybe you are. I don't know. This is a very deep song. I feel like it's a nice appreciation. Makes you think about life a little bit. Gives you an epiphany. In a way, I appreciated it.
But yeah, I do enjoy it more than some of her other slow songs. However, I mean, it's not my favorite of her slow songs. She's got some solid, like Bigger Than the Whole Skies.
Yeah, no, Bigger Than the Whole Skies. Really
and Chloe Sophia Samuel Marcus, obviously. But I did not enjoy some of the background vocals she used in the chorus. I don't think they hit that well. Maybe they will on the second listen, but pretty decent.
It always hits better the second time, brother.
No, it do not. You know what I'm saying.
See something here.
Betty.
One moment.
Betty.
Good old Betty. Betty is the trifecta. That's the
trilogy.
The trilogy that finished.
August Cardigan.
Betty.
I think. Ain't it Cardigan? The other show.
And if we're going in a linear order, this is probably after August. Because like you said, August kind of was like after Cardigan.
This reminds me of the suburbs, the home.
Country folk vibes.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah.
We got a little, what's it called?
Harmonica.
Yeah.
I won't make assumptions about why you switched your homeroom, but I think it's 'cause of me.
Yeah.
Betty, one time I was riding on my skateboard when I passed your house. It's like I couldn't breathe.
Right.
You heard the rumors from Inez. You can't believe a word she says most times, but this time it was true. The worst thing that I ever did
was Steal Your Man.
was what I did to you.
The first song was from Betty's perspective, and this one is from her perspective. What I want. I see.
Oh, yeah. You can't trust Inez, man. Everybody knows it. But this time she was telling the truth. There's people like that at work.
Or apparently
it's like they
this
just be saying stuff. And then sometimes what they say is true, but you just
most
never
of the time
know.
it's not, right?
Yeah.
Apparently this is from the perspective of the dude, or James. Okay.
I see. Basically, he probably gaslighting, about other stuff
Right.
Inez said, But he's saying this is true. He's coming clean.
Yeah.
But it's possible the other stuff Inez said
Also,
probably
the
was
fucking-
also true. And he's just like, you know, you can't trust that. You know she be lying, even though she probably wasn't.
The hypocritical first two lines too. I'm not gonna make no assumptions, but I think you switched your homeroom because of me. So I am gonna make an assumption.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you already get a trait of his personality, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Riding my skateboard when I passed your house, it's like I couldn't breathe. The lyric video is doing a lot because it looks like an area where I used to live as a kid. And
It's
with
nostalgic.
the little park by, and just like I never rode a skateboard necessarily, but I did have a ripstick one time for Christmas.
Right.
And I remember like riding it by a kid who was a little bit younger than me. And I remember I never really interacted with his sister, but I remember him having a sister that I thought was like cute. But he was kind of like my friend. I didn't really know his sister that well or really meet her because he wasn't that close a friend. I just remember this reminds me of like just riding by closer to their house. But yeah.
Apparently, Inez is the name of one of Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively's daughter, which Swift is friends with both of them.
Interesting. What you got against Inez, Taylor? She was in
Oh.
Deadpool.
Oh.
She was in Deadpool.
Due to this, many Swift fans speculated that Blake and Ryan's third daughter would be named Betty and that the song was named after her, and this was later revealed to be true, making their three children Betty, James, and Inez.
Who's James? Does James play a role?
James is the character that we're listening to now.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I see.
They should just name the characters after them.
Okay.
Look at you.
It's interesting. Love triangle between siblings.
No, I don't think that's what shit. I knew you were going to say that shit too.
But if I just showed up at your party, would you have me? Would you want me? Would you tell me to go fuck myself or lead me to the garden? In the garden, would you trust me if I told you it was just a summer thing? I'm only 17, I don't know anything, but I know I miss you.
Yeah, it's still got some country folk vibe to it.
Betty, I know where it all went wrong. Your favorite song was playing from the far side of the gym. I was nowhere to be found. I hate the crowds, you know that. Plus I saw you dance with him. You heard the rumors from Inez. You can't believe a word she says most times, but this time it was true. The worst thing that I ever did was what I did to you. But if I just showed up at your party, would you have me? Would you want me? Would you tell me to go fuck myself or lead me to the garden? In the garden, would you trust me if I told you it was just a summer thing? I'm only 17, I don't know anything, but I know I miss you.
You don't know anything when you're young, Taylor.
Don't know piss.
You don't know
about
piss all.
Piss about shit.
Exactly.
But I like this one a lot. Pretty catchy chorus. I like the word, the rhymes she chooses, like Inez and she says, and then most times, but this time it was true. But I enjoy that.
Parallel with Cardigan's lyrics. When you were young, they assume you know nothing. I knew everything when I was young because she's the one that got fucking heartbroken, because I think Cardigan is from Betty's perspective, so she's the one that got heartbroken.
And then you got I don't know anything. I'm 17.
Right. I don't know anything. I'm 17.
I don't know nothing. But yeah, it's pretty solid. I'm enjoying it. Is Cardigan the one? Nope, never mind.
Cardigan, the one that what?
There's a song where she's got the high heels on the cobblestones.
No, I think that was. I don't think it was. Maybe I'd have to go back to it. But I was just seeing if there's. I don't think there's a name for the character in August. It just says speaker on the Genius.
I was walking home on broken cobblestones.
It
just
might.
thinking
Maybe it was.
of you when she pulled up like a figment of my worst intentions. She said, James, get in, let's drive. Those days turned into nights. Slept next to her, but I dreamt of you all summer long.
You were right. It was cardigan. It says it right here. It said it right. It said it there.
Oh, okay. And the annotation?
Yeah. Ooh, what's that little?
Oh, yeah.
That sound like a simple. It might be a guitar just run through a certain kind of effect. Cause
Yeah.
that was nice. Little twang. Like the guitar had
Baby,
twang.
I'm here on your doorstep and I planned it out for weeks.
Of course
now,
you
but
are.
it's finally sinking in. Betty, right now is the last time I can dream about what happens when you see my face again. The only thing I wanna do is make
Interesting.
it up to you.
Oh, how do you do that? You cheated.
Yeah. Ain't no making that up, brother.
So I showed up at your party. Yeah, I showed up at your party. Yeah, I showed up at your party.
Key change.
Will you
Key
have
change.
me? Will you love me? Will you kiss me on the porch?
Right?
In front
Or at least a
of
chord
all your
change.
stupid friends? If you kiss me, will it be just like I dreamed it? Will it patch your broken wings? I'm only 17. I don't know anything, but I know I miss you.
Oh, yeah. I like that part.
In your cardigan.
Ah.
Kissing in my cardigan.
They mentioned that in Cardigan too, I think.
Stopped at a street light.
Yep,
know I
drunk on the
miss
streetlight too. Yep. Drunk under a streetlight. Yep. Okay, nice little callback, little story. Some twang in this one. Country roots. One of the most
harmonica.
folky sounds on the album, so I really appreciated that.
I like the through lines you painted with those 3 songs. Pretty nice.
Good
This is the
narrative
last
structure.
time I'll be able to dream about what it'd be like to see you, basically. Because now it's not going to be a dream anymore. It's going to be a reality that I have to face, whether it's good or bad. I'm not going to be able to dream about what it'll be like because I'll know exactly what it's like.
Yep.
I like that lyric. But
in the yeah, he's just been thinking about her the whole time, even when he was with the other one. Slept next to her, but I dreamt of you all summer long, all that. Yeah, no.
I was just thinking about you, baby, the whole time. So that's good,
Yeah,
right?
this song definitely has a nostalgic vibe in both the lyric video and just the instrumentation and just the twanginess to it, the folkiness to it.
Diddly-day.
Nice little touch that she named some of the characters after her best friend's children. Yada yada. It's nice. It's good. It's
Good and
gives me a
nice.
sense of peace. The next song up in this discography.
Peace.
Now, this could be talking about a few things now. This could be talking about acceptance and finding peace after a relationship. This could be carrying that peace on you at all times.
It's not spelled that way.
I know, but it could be wordplay. Because that's the type of peace that's going to bring peace. You know what I'm saying?
Everlasting.
Bars.
Everlasting peace.
We'll get into it.
Bigger than the whole sky.
That's one of my favorite Taylor Swift songs.
That's a good one, man. I like this melody.
Somebody be in the kitchen cooking, bruh.
A coming of age is come and gone. Suddenly this summer it's clear. I never had the courage and my convictions, as long as danger is near. And it's just around the corner, darling, 'cause it lives in me. No, I could never give you peace.
Dang, I was wrong.
But I'm a fire and I'll keep your brittle heart warm. If your cascade ocean wave blues come, all these people think love's for show, but I would die for you in secret. The devil's in the details, but you got a friend in me. Would it be enough if I could never give you peace?
This does have a little bit of an acceptance vibe in its message, but also more of like a, I recognize I can't give you what you need.
Right.
I've never had the courage of my convictions. I like that line a lot.
I like the delivery and the rhyming of clear and near.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying the melody as well.
The only part of the melody I wasn't crazy about was all these people think love's for show in the chorus. That one threw me off just a little bit, but everything else I really enjoyed.
I would die for you in secret. Nice lyric. I like that.
The devil's in the details, but you got a friend in me. Okay,
Oh yeah,
okay,
I
Toy
like
Story.
that as well. Yeah.
Your integrity makes me seem small.
Damn.
You paint dreamscapes on the wall. I talk shit with my friends. It's like I'm wasting your honor.
Shit, you ain't shit. Okay, an instrumental breakdown in the middle of the verse. I'm here for it.
And you know that I'd swing with you for the fences, sit with you in the trenches, give you my wild, give you a child, give you the silence
that's a
that
lot.
only comes when two people understand each other. Family that I chose, now that I see your brother as my brother.
Oh, wow.
Is it enough?
It's not enough.
There's robbers to the east, clowns to the west. I'd give you my sunshine, give you my best, but the rain is always gonna come if you're standing with me.
Okay. I was a little iffy on the second verse at first when the piano came in. I wasn't sure how to take that little break, but like it's given the like a uncaged rawness to the song, the way she's delivering her vocals. Like there's not as much structure to it. She's still rhyming and such, but the flow is changing every 4 bars, especially, or at least for the first 8 bars of the verse, and then the second 8, it stays a little more consistent, and it's a longer verse too. So I really like that, because I sometimes don't like that pop verses will only be 4 sentences. I just don't.
Yeah.
It's a reason why I've always been a big fan of rap and hip hop, is that you get a lot of lyrics in the songs. I don't know. I thought she went off on that second verse, especially towards the end. It kind of got a little just out there and crazy, but it's like the lyrics is so raw, and it's just I feel like she's just journaling. She's just like she's trying to get it out, and like dealing with her own struggle of how she couldn't provide for the relationship. She would do anything, but she couldn't do anything, almost in a way. Like you have good integrity, you have good intentions, right? Like you make me seem small. I just be talking shit to my friends, and I kind of shouldn't, because you aren't necessarily like deserving of it. And even though I'd still do all these things for you, I loved you or whatever, I can't give you that peace that you require.
I enjoyed the lyric, give you my wild, give you a child. Like, give you, like, I could do both. Like, I could do the fun vibe, or we can do the settle down, go the settle down route. But give you silence that only comes when 2 people understand each other. That's very true. We work in the service industry, and you can tell when someone's on a first date and when someone's been together for years.
Yep.
People who've been together for years, they don't need to talk to each other to be comfortable around. Like, they don't need to fill in those gaps, wondering what the other person is thinking and having to get to know the other person. You could tell somebody's on the first date by, like, not just the fact that they're talking, but also, of course, what they're talking about. Like, oh, where are you from? First date question. Yada, yada, yada. But yeah, pretty enjoyable. I mean, I would say, as far as like first and second verse go, I would say they're around like the same in terms of my enjoyment of them. Because I did enjoy the first verse as well. But pretty solid so far.
Pretty solid.
But I'm a fire and I'll keep your brittle heart warm. If your cascade ocean wave blues come, all these people think love's for show, but I would die for your secret. The devil's in the details, but you got a friend in me. Would it be enough if I could never give you peace? Would it be enough if I could never give you peace? Would it be enough if I could never give you peace?
Basically seemed like she's saying, is my friendship worth all the stress I could potentially cause you? Also, going back to that lyric that you said you didn't like in the chorus and her delivery of it, I didn't remember how she delivered it when you first brought it up.
I don't remember either. I actually, whatever I didn't like the first time, I forgot about it. So
yeah, I don't mind it the way it came in right there.
I think I was just being moody. I don't know.
And then, but I would die for you, and the way she like changed it, and then the delivery of the like secret and like the flow change and drawing that secret out. I enjoyed that.
The second verse made me rethink everything, so I changed my mind.
Yeah. Right.
I actually, if you didn't mention it, I would have watched the reaction back and be like, I didn't like that.
Why did I not like that? But yeah,
I don't know. Something about this song, something about these last few songs have hit me emotionally. I don't know. It's been really nice. I think there's a super vulnerable side in this song in a way that's better than just admitting that like you're a cheater on High Infidelity, or I don't know. There's just like a nice acceptance to it, and almost like a pleading. It's like I hope you can, like you said, like I don't know if you can be with me, if you can handle, or these things will be good for you, but like if you would, this is who I am. Yeah.
She wants to be worth the struggle that it would come. She said, but the rain is always going to come if you're standing with me. I'd give you my sunshine, give you my best, but if you're standing with me, the rain is going to come. So if I were there anybody, it's interesting because I've seen the headlines and like, not even the headlines, but like I watch a lot of football. So of course I'm going to hear things that, Travis Kelce says. And he seems to be like embracing the stardom that comes with like Taylor Swift star qualities.
The whole Kelce family, the
drama.
Kelce family seems to embrace it pretty well too. I was gonna say if there was a relationship that this was about, I would probably say that this ties in a little bit, or it has some inspiration from her relationship with Joe, because I remember that at least in the documentary they painted Joe as like a more shy, quiet person when it comes to his fame. Yeah, like he's a movie star or whatever, but like he doesn't step into that limelight like Taylor likes to do. So I kind of see that this is probably a metaphor for that, like relationship in a way. Like, can you handle all of this? Not even my baggage or my personal problems, but also everything else that comes with just me that I can't help. Right. Like I could never give you peace could mean multiple things, right? Like it could mean I'm so crazy I can't give you peace, or it's just like my life is just crazy. Like it's impossible. I don't have peace. How can I give it to you? Mm-hmm. No, that's really good. The more I feel like this album is going to grow on me, the more I listen to it. At first, I was a little iffy about where I would put it when we listened to the first few songs. I wasn't sure, but it's having the opposite effect some of her albums do, whereas I get towards the end of it, I'm kind of enjoying it more. And now I kind of want to go back and like listen to it again.
Also, this album doesn't, I think, lend itself to this style of listening in regards to like album
it doesn't.
reaction.
No, it doesn't.
This is like I've said it before. The best way I think I found recently to listen to an album is as you're going to sleep. You're not thinking about anything really other than the music just playing. You're not driving in a car. You're not at a gym working out. You're not in the shower washing yourself to have to get ready for something. You're just sitting there and it's just you're not even being critical. You're just trying to go to sleep, and the songs are playing, and they're playing in order, and you're seeing the sequence.
They're
and
immersive.
I think this might be the perfect album for that type of experience.
This is for me potentially the most immersive Taylor Swift album we've listened to, which if you guys know, I always compare everything to my favorite album of the year, Hit Me Hard and Soft by Billie Eilish, because that is the most immersive album I've listened to. And that is I feel like when we're done with this reaction and I go listen to this on my own, I'm going to enjoy it much, much more. Because it's just going to lend itself, like you said, to a different style of listening.
Yeah.
And it does lend itself better into that, almost like as you're going to bed or just kind of relaxing.
She even mentions lullabies in one of the songs.
So, but I have been starting to enjoy the songs and the album the more it goes on, which is very unusual for an album reaction for me.
Especially as it gets later, you just get tired, you know.
Also, we're 16 songs in, and normally I stop for a break.
Right, yes.
Normally I press pause, I stop, I'm like, I gotta use the bathroom, I gotta get something to eat, I gotta get a snack, I need to stretch my legs so I don't fall asleep. And it's actually been the opposite. I've been holding in my pee and I'm like, I just want to listen to these last two songs.
Yeah, like, real quick.
Hoax, final track on the original album, produced by Dessner. Let's see what this one's like.
My only one, my smoking gun, my eclipsed sun, this has broken me down. My twisted knife, my sleepless night, my windless fight, this has frozen my ground. Stood on the cliffside screaming, give me a reason. Your faithless love's the only hoax I believe in.
Oh, damn.
Don't want no other shade of blue but you.
There she goes with her colors again.
No other sadness in the world would do.
Blue usually represents sadness. Makes sense. Faithless love's the only hoax I believe in. Oof. Give me a reason. Stood on the cliffside screaming. Some nice rhymes in here too. I like the structure of the verse and then switching up that structure in the chorus. I like that. Like, she doesn't do that a lot where she has like a entry rhyme, or I don't know, like my only one, my smoking gun, my eclipse sun. She doesn't repeat a pattern like that typically in her songs. There's been a lot of song structure variation in this album, with the whole breaking up a verse with the instrumental bridge, putting a bridge not instead of between two choruses, putting a bridge after the first chorus before the second verse, or after the second chorus before the third verse, and not like she's done a lot of structural playfulness, experimentation. Yeah. I like. The my only one, my smoking gun, my eclipse sun. You're not perfect. You're not just the shining sun. You're kind of shadowed in this darkness a little bit, and you just have a little ray of sunshine. This is definitely kind of like a toxic relationship, right? Smoking gun, twisted knife, sleepless night, windless fight. That one hits hard.
It had the way it came in is very smooth, to where you kind of forget that you're even supposed to be comment. Like, I forget that, oh damn, let me say something about this, because it was just, I kind of just was vibing a little bit.
Very immersive, yeah.
However, I did enjoy the delivery, and there's like some background vocals I think included there with the "Give Me a Reason" delivery, and the lyrics, "Don't want no other shade of blue but you, no other sadness in the world would do." Almost just saying, like, no one else is worth being this sad over. Like, being hurt by you is better than being content with someone else, because you're worth it.
Right.
But yeah, I like the lyric, "My windless fight," because if we fight, we both lost, essentially.
Yep.
There's no winners in war. But yeah.
My best laid plan, your sleight of hand,
Sneaky.
my barren land, I am
Those strings.
They're really nice too.
Ah, damn.
Don't want no other shade of blue but you. No other sadness in the world would do. You know I left a part of me back in New York. You knew the hero died, so what's the movie for? You knew it still hurts underneath my scars from when they pulled me apart. You knew the password, so I let you in the door. You knew you won, so what's the point of keeping score? You knew it still hurts underneath my scars from when they pulled me apart. But what you did was just as dark. Darling, this was just as hard.
Yeah, those background vocals are nice.
Pulled me apart. My only one. My kingdom come undone. My broken drum. You have beaten my heart. Don't want no other shade of blue but you. No other sadness in the world would do.
This is a beautiful song. I just enjoyed it. A lot of little metaphors in here. Some callbacks. You knew it still hurts underneath my scars. I remember that kind of calls back to that line about him playing with
The
drawing
stars around the
scars. For when they pulled me apart. You knew the password, so I let you in the door. Like, you just knew all the things I needed. It was so easy. You won, so what's the point of keeping score? Man, I don't know. It's just very beautiful. Sad in a way, but beautiful.
Your faithless love's the only hoax I believe in. I like that lyric.
Yeah, it ties it all together too. It ties all
It's like,
the whole song.
I know that it's a hoax, but I still believe in it. Because you want it not to be a hoax. You're really invested in it not being a hoax and it being real, or at the very least, just delving into and immersing yourself in the moment of it feeling real and just playing pretend for a while. But yeah, I like the you knew the hero died, so what's the movie for?
Yeah.
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 But yeah, solid.
It was good. It was good. It was definitely, I would agree with what Genius says here about it being an appropriate final track to an album filled with melancholy and darkness. It really does help you kind of tie everything together. This is apparently this one and The One were the final songs written after the rest of the album was completed. And they kind of do fit as like little, as they said, as they're calling it, bookends.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like, yeah, that's nice. Since this is the end of the original album, I would say, I think actually, for a slower album, exceptionally well paced.
Yeah, I would give, the pace was nice, the sequencing of everything.
Sonically, most things fit very well together. There's one song, I think it's one of those Antonoff songs. I can't remember. It was early up.
Oh, Ricochet?
It might have been Ricochet or it might have been Mirrorball. I'm not sure. That didn't fit as well, in my opinion, sonically. But most things were. Boom.
Off first listen in this manner, I would still put, I know a lot of her fans think that this is her best album, but I would still put Torture Poets Department over this album. And I don't think that they're necessarily overrating this album. I think they could be underrating Torture Poets Department. I think Torture Poets Department is really good.
Yeah, off of first listen, I slightly agree. I definitely had that thought about halfway through the album. Then once we hit August, it picked up for a moment for me. I wasn't too crazy about the next two songs, Illicit Affairs
But Invisible String
and the one after August. I wrote the name
and
really
Betty.
bad. But Invisible
This
String,
Is Me Trying is the one after August.
Those two I wasn't too crazy about. Invisible String Down, I really enjoyed most of those songs. With Mad Woman maybe being the least favorite out of that last bunch of songs, but even then I still enjoyed that. So strong start, strong finish, a little bit of a weak middle, well paced. Compared to the original Tortured Poets Department, yeah, it's a tough one for me to, off of first listen, to see how that ranks.
Right.
There are some songs in Tortured Poets Department that I just really, really, really enjoy.
I will say none of her Torture Poets Department does have my least favorite song of hers, which is I Can Fix Him.
And you also didn't like Down Bad a lot.
Yeah, but that was just lower than most people had it. That wasn't necessarily my lowest. Like it wasn't like it was still, low.
I'll be honest, I forget I Can Fix Him was on the original part.
But I Can Fix Him is my lowest ranked song out of all the Taylor Swift songs. I don't think there's a song that I liked less than that.
Gotcha.
So, and that's continued on this album so far. There's nothing that I like less than I Can Fix Him. But
yeah, we're about to listen to this bonus track in a minute, The Lakes. But yes, I somewhat agree with your take on that. I'm gonna have to listen to it a few times to see how it actually ranks.
Right.
It's definitely in competition for me with Torch Post Department. Midnight's was fun. I didn't like the pacing of Midnight's, and there are a lot of forgettable songs for me on Midnight's. Personally, and then we haven't done our Red review yet, and I'm still kind of listening to Red right now, but it's bloated for me. It feels more bloated than Torture Poets Department does,
despite them being the same amount of songs.
Right, despite them being the same amount of songs. Of course, it is an older material of hers, even though it's redone.
Less refined.
It's less refined. And in fact, some of the Vault songs that are probably more refined are the ones that I kind of enjoy, I think, potentially maybe a little more on Red. I'm still kind of listening through it right now. The standouts on Red for me are like the beginning, and then I really like the Phoebe Bridgers song.
Oh, Nothing New.
Yeah.
State of Grace.
State of Grace, Nothing New. I like that. I like All Too Well. That's fantastic.
And for the most part, I like all the hits.
The hits I like, but
remember.
I'm starting to learn I don't care too much about the Taylor hits. I was starting to like these other slower songs of hers a little more than her hits. I'm not saying I don't like the hits. They just don't.
It depends.
They're fun. They're hits. They're hits for sure. You put them on the radio, I'm singing along. But
it's where I have to fight the urge sometimes to okay, it feels like I'm supposed to like the hit more,
but
it maybe I don't. But sometimes it works against itself. It's oh, I actually do like the song, even though it's the hit. I also do like it. There's a reason it was a hit, so I have to it's like a competing mindsets in there. My brain racking around, but yes, this album has Cardigan and Invisible String, and maybe I think it was August as well. Those are three standouts right off the bat. And then I enjoyed. I think I enjoyed all three of the Betty, August, and Cardigan, and
I did, yeah,
the story and whatnot. But yeah.
Let's get into this bonus track real quick, and we'll talk a little bit more about the album. This came from the deluxe physical edition, and it was previously unavailable until she released it, of course, on Spotify. I really don't like, I'm going to be honest, I don't like when artists release physical editions of albums that have songs that you can't get access to. And then they don't release. Well, obviously, she did release it digitally, but I don't like when artists do that. I just don't like keeping the music to yourself, making me have to go to the store to buy it.
Yeah, because the thing is, you still would have made money off of it if you just put it on like the album. I still would have listened to it. And
I don't mind special cool deluxe visual maybe you did a different album cover or something for a collectible.
Yeah, and they want to get the collectible because they want to have the physical copy.
But the music itself, I want it to be
I see what you're saying.
Available to everybody, because she did that shit with Midnight's with the whole 4 different deluxe versions and everything. Then the one that was only available at Target and stuff like that. I just don't like that personally. But let's get into this song and see what it's about. The Lakes. Oops, and it's muted. That doesn't help. Jack Antonoff produced.
Off rip, this has potential to be my favorite. Something about this.
Yeah, this is the instrument. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's building nice
The
too.
melody is what I like.
Gotta give it to Antonoff and how to build his instrumentals.
Is it romantic how all my elegies eulogize me? I'm not
Ooh, you get the on the guitar like the slide sound
clones, these hunters with cell phones.
right there. Yeah.
Take me to the lakes where all the poets went to die. I don't belong, and my beloved, neither do you. Those Windermere peaks look like a perfect place to cry. I'm setting off, but not without my muse.
I like this trend
Yeah.
of the chorus building into the second verse. It's atypical of the
Versus
chorus
the
itself
verse,
being
the moment that they build towards.
There's definitely a theme on this album. This is nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that. Normally, I don't like when she fit them words in, but she said Windermere perfectly in
Oh yeah,
tempo.
it fit. Yes,
It was
those
smooth.
and the ear sound just rolls. I like
it was
that.
so smooth. It was
But my
Windermere.
allergies eulogize me. Essentially, her poems and whatnot, her songs are actually like just talking about her, as you would at a eulogy for a funeral. I'm not cut out for all these cynical clones, these hunters with cell phones.
Talking about cancer culture in a
And
way.
Gracie Abrams. I'm just kidding.
Gracie Abrams.
But yeah.
This
Hunters with cell
kind of
phones.
gives me more reference like the Kanye stuff again, like
Yeah.
a little bit cynical clones talking about. Oh yeah, I see what you're saying about Gracie. The Tay daughters.
Right,
No,
yeah.
just kidding. I will say, out of the artists we've listened to so far, the Gracie Abrams is the closest to being her music being a clone of Taylor Swift.
He has not listened to Olivia Rodrigo yet.
I have not,
I know that. At least one album of hers.
but out of what
But yeah.
we reacted to. Yeah, no, this is nice. This is nice.
Yeah.
This is nice.
Yeah.
I've come too far to watch some name dropping sleaze tell me what are my words worth. Yeah. She's
We
definitely.
haven't gotten to that lyric yet.
Oh, I haven't. I was gonna say that sounded unfamiliar. But that sounds like a nice little lyric. But anyway, she's talking about Kanye stuff for sure.
What should be over, burrowed under my skin,
Or the music.
and heart-stopping
Stuff.
waves of hurt. I've come too far to watch some name-dropping sleaze tell me what are my words worth.
Oh yeah, she's talking about
Take me to the lakes
record
where
label.
all the poets went to
yeah.
die. I don't belong, and my beloved, neither do you. Those
Ooh,
Windermere peaks
that
look
violin.
like a perfect place to cry. I'm setting off, but not without my muse.
about to get into that fucking bridge. Just about to fucking slap.
I'm setting off.
Yeah.
Offset.
What should be over is burrowed under my skin,
Yeah.
right? That's a nice little wordplay there.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
Come too
talking
far to
about-
watch some name dropping sleaze. Tell me what my words worth.
Yeah, talking about
Yeah,
the
I like
record
that.
label guy Scott or whatever his fucking name is. Yeah, she did a lot of alluding, which I understand. This album is closer to that situation. I think the Kanye thing happened in 2019 with the phone call recorded conversation. So this is literally within that year. She just came out with her first album before this, Lover, that was on her new record label. So, and she was just in the middle of probably recording and starting to re-record her first 6 albums or whatever. So I understand why she is referencing it a lot. It just going backwards, it feels like it's extra more. Going from Tortured to Midnights to this, it feels like you're getting a lot of it.
Would you say Evermore?
Ha! That was funny.
I'm setting off, but not without my muse. I want auroras and sad prose. I want to watch wisteria grow right over my bare feet, 'cause I haven't moved in years. And I want you right here.
Nice layer.
A red rose grew up out of ice frozen ground.
Frozen Ground, referencing that. I think it was Hoax.
I bathe in cliffside pools with my calamitous love and insurmountable grief. Take me to the lakes where all the poets went to die. I don't belong, and my beloved, neither do you. Those Windermere peaks look like a perfect place to cry. I'm setting off, but not without my muse. No, not without you.
They killed that bridge down to kind of help that chorus come back impactful. That worked. I'm okay with all these instrumental outros because you do not get a lot of this on Midnight's and Torch Poets Apartment. So,
I enjoyed that a lot. Especially the instrumental. It's the strings and whatnot. I just knew as soon as it started playing. Her verses, her melodies in the verses are really nice. I enjoy those a lot. And the bridge was very solid. So probably one of my favorites. I didn't love the way it ended. However, I understand its purpose in regards to setting you up for the chorus to come back in.
It's like when you get a setup episode for the payoff.
But yeah, that's first lyric of the bridge, just in the delivery of it and the sentiment with I want Auroras and sad prose. Like she wants to kind of dwell in the sadness and the certain types of flows and phrasing that lends itself to sadness when you hear it, in terms of like poetry and whatnot, prose being like essentially the framing or phrasing of a poem. But Aurora's very sentimental. That's the Northern Lights that you may have seen before. They're very pretty to look at and very dramatic. But yeah, enjoyable.
Overall, good album. That back end of the album was very heavy for me. Very nice and emotional, nice and vulnerable. Came together well, tied together well. There's enough songs that tied the concept of the album together well. Of course, the folklore concept helps you not have to necessarily create a stagnant narrative structure. You can be flexible with that because it's about these songs or things that are passed down through time and stories that are passed down through time. So it gives you flexibility. But that little love triangle with Cardigan, Betty, and August was nice. I thought that worked very, very well. Kind of reminded me in a way of how Halsey's album tied up her narrative structure with the Letter to God songs.
Letter to God.
And she had a similar she has all this. She's the great impersoner. She can do all these different genres on this album. And then she had these. Yeah, it was nice. I like that narrative structure for it. It's one of the more enjoyable album reactions we've done this year. Probably initial rating is probably going to sit around that 9 for me, but I gotta do a re-listen. Poets Department was also a 9.
I'll probably go closer to 7-ish, but once again, I think I have to re-listen to it. The sentiment is there, and some of the melodies in combination with the lower energy aren't strong enough to really engage me. And her delivery too is more of a calm delivery, so it's a lot of calm combining together to come at some points kind of not be the most engaging of a song. Sometimes if it's like a slower song or like a less not creative but less interesting melody, it can be uplifted by like a strong vocal performance or a powerful vocal performance. But she's been a little bit more, calm with her delivery on some of these. So it should be interesting to see after a few more listens what I think and where I also rank the songs as well. But
of course, to stay tuned for that ranking video. I promise you, we will be doing it sooner than we waited for Red. Because it's not 30 songs, it's 17. It's just a lot easier to do. Also, there's a lot of albums I want to listen to, so I want to get it out of the way because I don't want to get backed up. And we're not watching as many TV shows right now, so we have a little more time.
For sure.
When this comes out, most definitely is coming out after the Red ranking. We will be listening to Evermore next. Well, Long Pong Sessions and Evermore next. We will probably do Evermore next, just in case long pong sessions get pushed back a little bit. But we'll have those in the chamber ready. And then a poll's coming up. And you guys will let us know what you want to do. We are going to leave Reputation off the poll, though, because I still anticipate that the Taylor's version is coming out. If it doesn't come out this year, it's most likely coming out next year. So I'd rather wait for that, personally. Then that's... also, it could release this month for some reason if the theorists and the crazy Swifties out there who think it's going to release on the 13th. It could. And if it does, well... there'll be a change in schedule. That's all I can tell you.
Right.
But this is really enjoyable. Stay on the lookout for more album reactions. Next up in our other poll that we did was Olivia Rodrigo. So we will be... those are small albums, so we'll probably get through those pretty quickly. And then we'll do those. We had the Chapel Roan. We did the Gracie Abrams. We did the...
Sabrina Carpenter.
Halsey. We'll probably just run another poll because there were other options that definitely had a lot of comments, like Noah Kahan and Lana Del Rey and stuff. So we'll probably run another poll soon for which one of those non-Taylor albums you want us to do next. Any of you K-pop fans over there, by the time this comes out, we have already reacted to the Rosie album, but we'll also be reacting to the other Blackpink album as well.
Born Pink.
Born Pink. So be on the lookout for that. We'll be watching Stranger Things sometimes this month, so be on the lookout for that. I know some of you are excited about that. The long format reactions will release first before the edited highlights do, and you guys will have early exclusive access to all of that for the Patreon viewers. YouTube, you won't even see this message, but it won't release until YouTube, probably most likely till January. As we want to put the entire season on Patreon first before we, at least the long format, watch along style before we release any highlights to YouTube. That way they're up there for people that want to get ahead. Queen Charlotte as well. We only watched 3 episodes. We just need to finish the other 3. We're going to try and finish those up this month. Stay on the lookout for that. And of course, keep suggesting, keep commenting. There's a chat now for suggestions. Try to keep them there. Taylor Swift, K-pop, whatever. Try to keep them there. There are chats for Taylor Swift people in general, and there's chat for the K-pop people in general. And if you feel like we should make a chat for something else, let us know. I will consider it. Thank you again for your support. We appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
And this album actually did not take us as long as I thought it would. We clocked it in under 3 hours. I thought we were going to do 4. So we apologize. It's not long. Unless you like it shorter.
Shout out to Holly James, one of our supporters. She's pretty nice all the time.
Shout out. Yeah. All y'all's pretty nice for the most part. There's a couple of y'all. I'm like, all right now.
Calm down. Go over there and talk.
But you know what? Catch us on the next one.
Thank you.